Hello, hello. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, are we are live, right? Yeah, okay. Okay, Dandy, I saw your I saw your post like, "Oh no, Dandy's here and I missed him." It's like, "Oh no, wait." Well, that was at 6:30 last night. I guess. Ready for Ratchet and Clank? Looking forward to the end of the game. Yeah, I think we are. I did schedule tentatively Ratchet and Clank episode 9, forgetting how close we were to, or how close we seem to be close to the end of the game. So anyway, so I'm still getting set up here. Obviously, I'm a few minutes late. I do apologize for that. Trying to get a few things squared away before I got started today. And I'm almost done with the setup. Is it okay? Good. Looks good. And pop that out. Pop out. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. So now we have our communication apparati set up. That's good. We just go here. Just in case my companions are not here, I can consult the wonderful advice of Google and AI. Poor substitute for friends, but you know, sometimes you have to work with what you got. Like our ancestors did, you know, back in the caveman times when they used AI to count acorns and stuff. But yeah. So let's see. Did I set the time right? Didn't I? I'd feel really bad if I accidentally set it for like 6:30 and you showed up at 6:25 and then you're like, where is everybody? But here we go. Let me reduce that if I can. It's probably going to show up on the other screen. It is. Oh, no, wrong one. Daggone it. Why didn't I see that? Sorry. I'm doing this on purpose because I know people desperately want to see this, and so I want to make sure people are here before I start. That's why I did that. It had nothing to do with the fact that I forgot that RE5 was still in the console. Okay. Stop it. Input. Hello. Oh, there he is. Hello. See, that's why I waited. Dandy. I knew. Hello. Nope. Here we go. How are you? Are you starting to get the are you starting to acclimate to the new schedule? Are you getting to bed a little bit earlier, waking up a little bit earlier? Or are you just literally dragging yourself out of bed on the days that the Ratchet and Clank is popping up? I mean, either way, hey, it's helpful. But hello. All right, there we go. Now everything's better. I was like, that doesn't look right. Have I got I think it's mixer. Knock that down. About there. Yeah, that'll work. Because then I can turn up the volume significantly, and I still can't hear myself. That's good. Put that up to 85. 84. That's good right there. It's okay. I'm trying to watch on my laptop, and I had to sign into Google to sign into YouTube, and I don't know why. Not everything has to be connected. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. Yeah, I think, well, because doesn't Google own YouTube now? Didn't they buy that out? Like, it's all the Alphabet company or whatever it's called. So yeah, like you can't, I think you can only have a YouTube, like you can't use like a Yahoo email address and have a YouTube account. Like it has to be Google. So you have to be signed in, I think, with either signed in with Google and then get on YouTube, or you have to sign in using your Google email. I think that's it, because I think they are interconnected. It makes sense, but it's also lame. Yes, I do agree. But that's kind of how a lot of things are, right? I mean, what is it? I mean, that's one of the things with PlayStation, like the newest PlayStation stuff, where it's like, sometimes you have to sign in to PlayStation Network, then you have to sign into this particular thing for the developer, and then this developer's particular game thing. So, like, sometimes you're signing into like 3 different things just to be able to play a video game. It's like, man, like, I almost want to, you know how Sony did that one thing? Was it like, if it was like 5 years, it feels like a lifetime ago, but where like Xbox was cracking down on their copying stuff, where it was like you couldn't play it unless it had this or it was set up on this system. And Sony was like, here's how we share games. And they literally just handed the disc off to somebody else. And it was like, what happened to that, Sony? Do something like that with just like, this is how I used to play games in my day, and just have like a Super Nintendo and just plug the cartridge in, hit power, and that's it. Like, that's it. And there's no inherent reason why that can't be the reality we live in. There is no reason why that cannot, why it has to be the way it is now. That's the frustrating part. Where you have to sign into a bunch of things. You got DRM strangling the system. You got all this kind of crap. You got to get updates because they don't release the game in a state. I mean, look, old games did have glitches. They did have hiccups, but they were fewer and far between. They usually weren't game breaking. I mean, heck, I played Mario 1, Mario 3, all those games thousands of times and never came across any of the glitches that these speedrunners find. But now we have games that come out half-baked. I mean, look, Ratchet and Clank, perfect example. This game, there's no updates. This is locked and loaded. It is what it is. This is PS3 is, I think, the latest console where you could still have that effect. I pop in the disc. Sometimes I have to install it. Sometimes I don't. I don't really understand why, but pop it in and play. That's it. You know, disc spins, play games. That's a great story, Grandpa. You shut your mouth, Carlos, you uppity upstart. Why, back in my day, I was too busy playing games to sass my elders. I was impatiently awaiting the stream and watched a video of a couple guys doing a raid rush race where they fought every raid boss and every... Oh, no kidding. Damn. Not much, Carlos, young whippersnapper. How are you? Oh, you're in the middle of your vacation, right? Your time between the new shifts? This old brain remembers you saying something like that. Have you settled on a game? When I asked the question before, the best you came up with was, I'm going to play a video game. I'm pretty sure. In my 10 days off from work. Oh, notice, by the way, we have the badass Vader. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Glorious. The helmet still, I still wish we could do like a black tinted visor. I think that would be badass. Or it would be badder-asser. But, you know, exceptions and all. But still, I gotta say, we look... If I was a villain, I'd be crapping my pants right now. But dude, that sounds awesome, man, Dandy. The Borderlands. Last night I went back to Borderlands 1 and finally cheesed Cromarax on that save file. Nice! I have not yet been able to beat Cromarax. I don't even know if I've gotten close. So that's impressive. It's not easy to solo Cromarax. But it's kind of cool that you got inspired. Impatiently watching for the stream. Right? Yeah, it did. Age like milk. Really, Carlos? Are you all right, man? And I'm not saying that flippantly. Nor am I implying that it's not okay if you don't want to play video games. I just know how passionate you are, how excited you are. I mean, is it just a loss of energy, a lack of energy? Is it streaming in particular? Or you just genuinely look at your game collection and are like, I just don't feel like it? Because I mean, I'll be honest, I feel the same way a lot of times. So I'm not calling that out. I'm just making sure you're okay. Because, like I said, I know even where my enthusiasm has abated, yours has usually been very strong, and you embrace different games all the time. I'm gonna continue my BL1 playthrough with the Claptrap Revolution DLC. I don't want to do the Moxie DLC, but I want the trophies. Well, hey man, if you ever want to, well, no, wait, that's on PS4 though, right? Dagnabbit. I was gonna say, well, did you have those? You don't have those on Steam, because yeah, we had talked about that before. We talked about like playing Borderlands or something, and but we were like, oh, we have it on different systems. I've got it on the Xbox One, PS3, Switch, and PC, but not on a later console. But yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, we should jump on that at some point if we find a game where we have the platforms overlap. Then again, I was supposed to be playing Resident Evil 5 with Carlos, and that hasn't materialized. I'm trying to think actually, Carlos, are you? Oh shoot, see, I'm out after Wednesday this week, so I'm unfortunately. I was gonna say maybe this weekend since you're off. Although no, hey, since you're off, man, maybe. So right now I have Ratchet and Clank scheduled for today and then Wednesday before I leave, and with Resident Evil 5 in the middle. But I can either forego the little bit of playthrough that I've been having with Shiva. Wait. Yeah, Shiva. No, Shiva would be two E's. Sheva. I could forego that, and we can play tomorrow, or even maybe Wednesday if I end up beating Ratchet and Clank today. If you want, but if you're, I mean, I know I said that you just said you're not in a gaming mood, but if you wanted to just do a collaboration, we could do that. I appreciate it, dude. No, I'm good. Okay. All right. We'll take your word for it, Carlos. You sound bummed. If you go to the far left edge of the Cromrax arena, you can crouch into a corner on the ledge. And it cheeses everything. You do own BL1 and 2 on stream. Oh, nice! Well, I mean, I have them there too. So if we wanted to do either Borderlands 1 or Borderlands 2, probably, I guess, Borderlands 2, because then you typically do raid bosses. But then, hey, Carlos could jump in if you wanted to. But yeah, then, I mean, if you wanted to do that, let me know. And we could set up a time. Like I said, this week is a little crunched. It sucks because I'm really starting to get back into the swing of things, in a sense. I'm gonna write a page of the novel that I'm working on every day, at the very least, at least one page. Work on the video editing that I'm doing at least 1 hour a day, and then obviously doing a stream for like 3 hours a day. That's my social interaction / relax time / whatever. And then until I get a job, figure things out. But then, yeah, as soon as I started to get the momentum, it's like, okay, I got today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, and then after that, I'm in San Diego, which is awesome, and I'm seeing my best friend of 30 years, which is fantastic. It just means I won't be able to reset until effectively this time next week, and kind of get back into the swing of things that I just started swinging on. You see. Now, I just bought a bunch of stuff. Wait. Whoa, why do I have so many bolts? Like, I bought the armor and everything. Oh, because I'm saving to get the, what was it, the Infiltrator? The Master... I don't remember what it's called. No, it's not the Hover Bomb. The Zodiac? No, no, that's way too expensive. What am I... Plasma Coil? Is it Plasma Coil? No, that's too expensive too. It was something that wasn't that expensive. Maybe it was. Wasn't there something else you were saying that I should be saving towards, or that I should probably get? Was it the Plasma Coil? I know we got a downgrade on our freaking lava gun. I remember that nightmare. It went from well, I shouldn't say that. In the early game, which is when we were supposed to use it, the little splurging bit was actually very useful for being able to wipe out enemies that are around you. But as we found out, it is next to worthless late game. So hope maybe with the upgrade it'll still be worthwhile. We'll see. We'll see. And then I got my whatchamacallit. Where is it? Yeah. This thing is awesome now. Okay, I'm here. I don't think I've done anything yet, right? Oh, no, I came here to get the armor. That's right. I can leave now. I came here just to get the armor. That's what we did. That was the last thing we did. Okay. Yeah, Plasma Coil would be your next best. Okay. All right. Okay, and last time you said you advised going to Damocell instead of Grelbin. Save the overrun planet, ride the train rails, explore the moon. I mean, all that sounds wonderful. Why, who wouldn't want to do all that? Right. The bouncer. Oh, it's almost there. Alright, let me buy some ammo for it just so that I don't... Carlos, I didn't see, when you did your Ratchet and Clank playthrough recently, did you do all 6? Or actually, no, there's 7 at least, right? Because Breakthrough or Breakdown is one of them. This makes me want to dance, which is dangerous for everybody because I'm a horrible dancer. Like, really bad. My body does not understand dancing. It is a foreign act. Ooh, this is pretty. Continue point. I mean, common sense says jump into the spectacular light. Oh, all right. Whoa. Okay. That just happened. You only did the first 2. Okay, I was gonna say. You know, maybe your spirits would be lifted by playing some. Okay, hang on. Fire missiles, punches, bomb strike, jumps, strafes. Okay. Oh crap. Those are the finite. That is not finite. Why am I getting wrecked by everything? I mean, I'm almost dead. Already. Okay, punching works a lot better than shooting. Words to live by. I mean, they just jacked me. What is going on? That's ridiculous. All right, so yeah, the bomb strike is finite. You only got 2 of those apparently. Oh, but okay, you do have finite amount of rockets. All right, well. I mean, seriously, these things hit like... This is ridiculous. This is asinine. This is absolutely asinine. It's a side activity and the prize isn't going to be worth it. Okay, how do I get out of here then? Because I'm already not happy with... like, how do I leave? I have 0 interest in whatever this thing is trying to do. I mean, seriously. 1 hit and you're just... Okay. I mean, I'm playing Mario Brothers right now. That's all I'm doing. I'm playing Space Mario Brothers. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. I mean, look, I'm just going to keep doing what works. Gather round, all you peons, and be crushed by my massive size. Behold, my big metallic ass coming to crush your head. Don't step on... Whoa, he defied my leaps and bounds. I mean, this is cheese, but, I mean... Oh, he just keeps dropping them. Come back here, you chicken saucer. Alright, this looks pretty pointless. So far, this is probably my, like, one level where I'm like, what are you guys doing? And if I knew what the blue orbs were, that would probably be better. I have played 1, 2, and the pre-sequel. I have not played 3 or 4, and I don't own them either, which is kind of a big thing at the moment too. But I've only played through the pre-sequel once. I've played through Borderlands 2 the most, probably. I've played very little of Borderlands 1 with somebody. Most of that game has been by myself. Borderlands 2 I've played with multiple people at different points. I mean, we're fixing for this to take for freaking ever. I mean, I've eliminated the whole, like, getting destroyed within 3 seconds issue, but as you can see, I'm not doing much damage to the source of my woes. This is kind of dumb. Because if I'm not jumping, I'm dying. But it gets very monotonous. Which sucks, because the big giant robot levels in the other game were actually some of the... I mean, I wouldn't say they were the most fun, but they were pretty darn fun. This is just a pain in the ass. Like... big time. And the fact that it's doing the Independence Day crap where it's like, oh, you can't shoot it with a shield. See, okay, that didn't even shoot it. I thought I was pumping into it and it didn't actually do anything, so yikes. Yeah, this is not cool. Pause menu. Oh, there you go. Hmm. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know what it was about the pre-sequel. It just didn't. I don't know why I didn't. I mean, obviously, well, not obviously. I know that there was a butt stomp, which, you know, I was like, okay. Like, it didn't hurt anything, but I wasn't necessarily enamored of it. But yeah, it's so weird that I really didn't. Oh, I bet those things are going to be a pain in the butt, aren't they? Wait, is it? Oh, that's it. Okay. Do those things hurt me? Oh, they do. Oh, the sweet, sweet carnage. I don't know, my BL interest has been resparked. I'm playing as Lilith in Borderlands. Oh yeah, Lilith is awesome. I love Mordecai. I like Mordecai for the sniper and the revolver because those are two of my favorite things. But Bloodwing sucks horribly. Whereas Lilith's phase lock is amazing. Phase walk, sorry. What's her face? The other gal has phase lock. Lilith has phase walk. Honestly, I don't much care for her action skill though. It's useful for, yeah, exactly. Well, when you get it later on, you know, it does do that burst. So like when you enter or exit, it like does a bunch of like, you can do it where it does a bunch of corrosive damage and everything. But yeah, I do it for health regen. Like I remember doing that. So every time I go into phase lock, essentially or phase walk, I essentially heal all my health. And then I did it where I could walk up to somebody, go into phase walk, spray them with a bunch of acid and fire and all the corrosive, all the stuff. So they were probably going to die. Then I come out of it and I mean, it was good against Cromrax too. Like, I mean, as long as you use it and you reduce the cooldown, like it can just help you get like out of range of a bad guy and, you know, go to it. And then, I got the, I was able to find now I want to play Borderlands 1 really bad because if you find the mod that gives her unlimited SMG ammo, I mean, that's gravy. I've only found that once though. Yeah, that's something else I forgot. The characters from TPS. I think I did Athena. It was all right. I think that might be part of it. Like none of the characters really stood out per se, but yeah, Claptrap. It's a lot of RNG though, right? When you try to do when you deploy his special, sometimes it's like freaking amazing, like a pirate ship or something, and then sometimes it's just like a little fizzle. So you never know what you're going to get. I didn't want to deal with that, but Wilhelm I thought would have been a cool one, just because, you know, we know what he becomes. But they did a little dirty in that game. I mentioned that before. That's part of what I don't like. The story. Like, look, life is messy organically. You don't need to be a bad person to make bad decisions or do stupid things. And we know that the Vault Hunters are not exactly like the most. They're not supposed to be any kind of heroes or anything like that. Lilith literally says there's no rest for the wicked, and she's not being ironic. Like they are literally the lesser of two evils. It's not they're not evil. They're just lesser of. But that still doesn't mean you have to make her like obnoxiously responsible for Jack going out of his mind. I was like, come on, we can make her morally ambiguous without making her just like a crappy person. So that was part of it. I didn't like. I wanted to see how Jack became Jack, but I didn't want it to be because people did him dirty. I mean, obviously he made some choices and everything. He's not absolved from it, but it was. I thought it. I mean, for the kind of stories that Borderlands is, I think it could have been a little more. You know, the rise of Jack being just okay. Here's a guy that, when you give him enough power or whatever, he runs with it, as opposed to, you know, getting the freaking vault plastered on his face. I don't know why these things are so dangerous. Oh crap! They're taking a lot of my balls. I mean, all it takes is one swipe with a wrench. How are these things a danger to anybody? If the people are too weak to defend themselves from fuzzy little blue balls, well, that's on them. The Captain America character, yeah. Gotta pray to RNGesus. I remember by the time I got to the end of TPS, I actually liked it. I just wasn't innovative of a jump from BL1 to 2. Yeah, exactly. It felt just like BL2. Yep, exactly. Which is essentially what it was, but there's not as bad as people made it out to be. Jack is still the best villain. Haven't finished 4 yet. Yeah, no, he absolutely is. He absolutely is. He absolutely is one of the best villains. Because it's really hard. I mean, yeah, I don't know how to describe it at this point, but it's like, it's where the medium can lean into his wickedness or his evilness, where it's not caricature-ish. I mean, it is a little bit. I mean, he goes overboard, but it fits because that's how kind of the world is. So he can be funny and be absolutely messed up and twisted, but because, like, that's kind of Pandora. Like, Jack is not. It's not that Jack is wrong. It's that we're just on the other side of it. We're opposed. But like him saying Pandora is a crap hole that is completely, you know, lawless and everything, he's not wrong. And, you know, as our society would demonstrate, a little bit of lawfulness is welcome. His solution is wrong, or it's pretty much more of the same, and he's a sick SOB. But he has not improperly diagnosed the situation. Which is ideal. Like for a good villain, they need to make some sense. You need to understand their reasoning, and for them to have a goal that actually makes some sense. But you don't want them to be sympathetic to what they think, which is kind of the problem I had with Thanos. If in fact it is true that despite all the power of the Infinity Stones, there is no way to increase resources, meaning he couldn't snap his fingers and quadruple the amount of planets, or snap his fingers and make space travel easy for everyone and whatever, or snap his fingers and reduce the amount of nutrients people need in order to stay alive. Like, if the power of the gauntlet is not as extensive as it would seem to be, and therefore literally saying, okay, we eliminate indiscriminately half the population now to preserve the population, like, to allow it to move forward to a point where people aren't like starving and killing each other, you know, for resources, then you can, even if you say the method isn't right because you're still killing half the population, it's harder when you see the guy, like, when he's done, he's on a farm, he's just working the land. Like, it's hard to hate somebody who he didn't do it for his own glory. He didn't do it for, like, all the reasons that typically villains do their things. Like in the comic, it made much more sense and it was more diabolical, and it didn't matter if there was a better way because he was doing it to hit on Death, who in the comics they presented as a woman. So a guy doing stupid stuff to impress a woman, that checks out. Not trying to find a way to save the universe's population checks out because he's doing it to essentially make an offering or sacrifice to Death herself. Say, hey, look, I killed all these people. Aren't you happy? It's messed up, but it at least makes him a clear villain, even if he's going, it's true love. I did it for true love. It's still messed up enough where you're like, no, it's not okay. But the new Thanos version, like, I was like, you got a little too close to practical. Even if it is, because it really becomes down, it's an emotional argument. You're saying, no, I don't like it. It feels bad. Okay. Half the population now dies, or that many people plus more not only die, but now you also have induced war and everything else over those resources. So it's not just that they die, it's that you're creating more reason for them to die later on down the road. I'm not saying one is right or wrong per se, but it's hard to fault the guy when it wasn't like he was like, I'm going to do this to destroy all my enemies and anybody who doesn't agree with me. I'm going to do this and I'm going to rule the galaxy. Then we can say, okay, yeah, because it's all about you. But when the guy is just retired off on a small planet and he's just farming the land and just kind of enjoying an existence just as another member of the universe, it's really hard to condemn the method because it in itself was not selfish. It aligns. There's actually a congruency between his stated objective and his method. It's not like he didn't say, oh, I'm doing this for the good of the galaxy, and then he becomes the ruler of it. It's, I'm doing this for the good of the galaxy, and now I'm just one person in it. So that made it a little more difficult. But anyway, but I also feel like the Calypsos got a bad rap in BL3. People don't like them because they're annoying, but that was literally the point. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, but here's the thing, though, Danny. You can be annoying, but like funny. Like Jack. Jack is evil, but he's also amusing. He's entertaining. If they're just annoying, then you have a little bit of problem because like they need to be funny annoying. It's like Zoolander. You can have stupid jokes that are actually stupid and it's not funny. You're just like, okay, that's a dumb joke. Zoolander took stupidity and actually made it, you had to be smart to write the stupid jokes. The jokes were funny because, you know, you say somebody's anorexic, you can imagine somebody with low IQ or low intelligence or whatever thinking anorexic is somehow like clairvoyant or something like that. So that there's comedy there that works, but if Zoolander was just literally stupid and the humor was stupid, it wouldn't be funny. It would just be this is half baked. This is a movie you watch when you're blitzed out of your mind, because otherwise it's just so insipidly dumb that it's not enjoyable. So I'm not saying, because I haven't played the game, so I'm not saying the Calypsos don't have a redeeming value, but I think if you're going to say we're purposely making these characters annoying, you have to make them also entertaining, or they have to be annoying or aggravating in a way that's still entertaining. Otherwise, the criticism kind of settles. You can't just be like, well, we wrote these characters to be obtuse and stupid, so that's why they're obtuse and stupid. It's like, well, but that doesn't make them any funner to watch, you know? I still need to read all the books. I'm pretty sure they don't really canonically fit with the games. Oh, I didn't know there were books. I guess that makes sense, though. You should put your shield in your quick select. Oh, right. Try to level that up, too. Yes, good call. Good call. Let's put that here. Yeah, that's a good call. Thanks for that reminder. Yeah. Because I think you said that actually gives you more of them. Oh, the whole reason why I went to the pause menu. Gosh darn it. I am going to get rid of that for now, because it still sucks. And use instead my swing shot. No! There we go. Oh, geez, I'm almost dead. Oh, goodness gracious, I am very dead. Very, very dead. I should have used my shield, duh! Oh, come on now, Dandy. Come on, you can't... You saw my video on Spider-Man. I would have to be crazy to watch a movie about a character that I don't really much like anymore. Especially because it exacerbates the very points that I'm making. I mean, I haven't seen it, so I can't speak directly to it, but my understanding is they wrote a very psychotic Jean Grey who maniacally delighted in some minor sexual assault, mind games, manipulation, none of which achieve her objective, by the way, but she actually enjoyed doing that. She overtly got several people killed, while the filmmakers tried to tell us, no, explosions don't kill people. Freezing time and making it impossible for people to move for extended periods of time doesn't actually result in anybody dying. They wanted the spectacle. They wanted the presentation, but then they want us to believe that in any kind of realistic world, nobody else died. So realistically, she killed a lot of people. And Spider-Man at the end, what does he do? Well, I understand you. And then he becomes an accessory to her murders. And while telling her that she's not a murderer. You know that ain't gonna work for me, man. like I said, other people enjoy it, whether it's because of that or in spite of that, or they see the character in a different way, that's fine. But based on what you saw in my video, come now. There is no possible way I could, and it comes down to weight. So there's people that I know that you could say that to, and they'd be like, yeah, I see your point, but the action sequences are amazing. And the humor is there, and Spider-Man is awesome. I'm like, that's fine. But I weight those kinds of things, like with like the whole, villains killing and murder and psychopathic behaviors. I weigh that heavier than the spectacle or than the entertainment value. So the entertainment value takes a back seat for me. So unless there's a congruency between the two, or unless there's a like Spider-Man 2 and even Spider-Man 1, I guess, like the originals, even though I think 1 is pretty cheesy and 2 is, that's okay. The villains do die. And Spider-Man doesn't kill them directly, but that is kind of the cost of what they do. Even regardless of whether, they went, I think Green Goblin kind of went crazy and Doc Ock had the little chip talking to him. The conflict resolved in a way that didn't absolve them of what they did. And I think it's even the Amazing Spider-Man. Now he does go to prison, but that's another thing too. The bad guy goes to prison. Even though, he was trying to help people and his reptile brain kind of took over, he's in prison now because he did the things. And he didn't even kill anybody. He tried to turn everybody into lizards, but he didn't actually kill them. I'm easy to please, so I think I'll always enjoy Marvel content. That new Doomsday trailer got me hyped. Oh no. And the Vision Quest trailer got me amazing. Hey, like I said, Dandy, I don't begrudge anybody their entertainment. It's like I said, I didn't make the video I did to say this, I don't like these characters, you shouldn't either, or this doesn't gel with me, it shouldn't gel with you. I will say though, okay, so if you look at Spider-Man, his morality, it is downstream from Kant, K-A-N-T, that philosopher, who believed in moral absolution, or moral absolutes, absolute morality, that's what it was. Where he automatically said, killing is evil. It's just evil, period. Lying is evil. So downstream from Spider-Man, or upstream from Spider-Man's worldview, is Kant's idea that if an axe murderer comes to your house and asks where your friend is because he wants to kill your friend, you are not morally able to stop him, to kill him, or prevent him from doing that in any significant way, in harm, or that would bring him harm. And you can also not lie to him because lying is absolutely always 100% wrong. So therefore, the only right thing you can do is to tell him where your friend is and let him kill your friend. That's moral absolution, or absolute morality. And he didn't argue that it made society functional. He didn't say that it was healthy. He said that's what keeps your spirit clear. Which is funny because I don't even think he was religious. He just believed in keeping your conscience and your spirit clean or pure. That was his end goal. That's his optimization target, is keep yourself morally defensible and clear. As his opinion. That's not a moral justification. That is his opinion. So there is a step between that and where Spider-Man is, but it's still, that's where it stems from. So when your teachers would teach you in school, I don't care who started the fight, it doesn't matter. That's moral absolution. It says, I don't care if you're defending yourself, punching somebody is wrong. And so therefore, whether you were punching yourself in self-defense or whether you were being attacked and defended yourself, there's no difference. You're not allowed to defend yourself. You're not allowed to protect yourself. You're not allowed to hit back. That's a problem, I think. So when you're saying, I agree with you, it's a comic book story, that's fine. The problem is society goes downhill from those stories. Like, our stories are informative. Our stories are giving value statements in how they're presented. So if you present it as, well, she was trying to protect her sister, so it justifies her being a sick, psychotic SOB and doing all these things. And our hero, who is supposed to be showing heroic values and heroic characteristics, says, nah, you're good, you're fine, you go away. I'm gonna help you avoid the consequences of your actions as well as the law that I'm supposed to be upholding. So I'm just saying, to me, where it doesn't matter, it's not like, oh, he can't enjoy it. But to me, I look at these things and go, I lived through teachers telling me that there was no difference between an aggressor and somebody defending themselves. I'm in a society now where people just say killing is wrong regardless. You're not supposed to kill. Bad people kill. So if you kill somebody, you're bad. The moral absolution is kind of obnoxious, and it's pervaded through our quote-unquote heroes and our stories. And so you have a bunch of kids that grow up believing effectively what Kant was saying because Spider-Man does. Like, there are people that will argue legitimately that he's right for doing what he does and that it's actually something to be applauded. And I'm like, you don't get that way just by objectively looking at circumstances and factoring in other human beings. That is, yeah. So again, it's not about whether you enjoy it or not. To me, I'm just going, and it's not brainwashing either. It's just, you can present things in a way that, and here's the ironic thing. Here's the really ironic thing. The Comic Commission back in 1954, I believe it was, that made it so that heroes weren't supposed to kill. Like, it was supposed to rely on the courts and the justice system. Another principle they had was that villains can never be sympathetic or relatable. So you're not supposed to show a villain in a sympathetic way, in a way that makes people say, oh, the poor villain, or oh, we should side with him. So while the comic and now movie industry have abided by that first principle very adamantly in many cases, they have forfeited grossly the second prerogative, which is to not make people go, oh, the villain, oh, but don't you understand? Oh, she was hurting, or oh, he was confused. You're not supposed to do that either, because then you're creating moral ambiguity. And so while people call that nuance, it's like, well, that's fine, but then allow the heroes to kill, because that's also nuanced. But we don't. We say, no, heroes can't kill, but also don't you care about the villain? It's like, well, no, I actually care about the 2,000 people that were killed more so than I care about the villain, to be honest, because those people weren't killing anybody. That's just, yeah. But you're out of ammo for the shield? Oh, but that's, see. But that's where you're wrong, sir, because you're correct, but I'm going to remedy that, I think. Yes. Haha. There you go. Oh crap, I need to get more of my ball busters. That's what I'm going to call it now. It's my ball buster gun. Because it shoots a bunch of balls and they bust people. Yeah. Honestly, I loved it. I get what you're saying, but at the end of the day, it's a comic book movie. And I'm not taking it too seriously. Well, and that's the thing. If they weren't pretending to have some kind of moral standing, that's fine. It's a comic book movie. Like, it's good. But even Megamind, like I said, I love Megamind, but you notice Megamind makes it a point that he doesn't actually kill anybody. His whole thing is, I want to take over the city, and then he takes over the city and goes, okay, this is boring. There's nothing here. Like, I need to have somebody to fight. And so they make it organic. And so you're not having to excuse what Megamind did, because he doesn't do anything so egregious that you go, wait, why is there no consequence for what he did? When he blows up the museum, they make it clear it's him, Bernard, and what's-her-face. And he gets everybody out, and then he almost, oh, I'm very scared right now. So when a comic book, and that's the thing, when you look at, like, I found the book that I grew up with was Superman. He fights villains that are using flying helicopter packs. They don't even have guns. They rob the bank or something with no weapons, and they're flying off with these bags of money with their little helicopter backpacks, and Superman stops them. Like that's fine. You want to just have the bad guys stealing some money or having some wild and crazy capers. That's a comic book movie. That's a comic book. That's fine. But when you start making villains serial killers, psychopathic, deranged serial killers, and you still have the hero being all goody-goody, that's where you start having an imbalance, and that's where, even no matter what the story is, again, Megamind, it's a kids movie effectively. Incredibles, a kids movie. Syndrome still gets sucked in and dies. Like, there's still consequence for the villain. So yeah, that's yeah. Wait, there's I actually watched the newer Spider-Man show, and it was better than I thought it would be. I didn't know they had a show these days. I just need some good action, some good jokes, and some feels. Then I'm satisfied. Well, there you go. There you go. And that I would say there are, well, okay, it made $2 billion at this point. I don't know what the numbers are, but let's just say there's a healthy hundreds of millions of people who feel exactly the same way you do. So you're not alone. You're not alone at all. There's plenty of people that would agree. Oh, Synthos, yeah. I wasn't penny pinching. I forgot that I used... I'm not penny pinching. I just forgot that I used a lot of ammo. Oh, do I have it? Yes, I do. Okay. I'm gonna activate it when those guys show. There they are. Okay. Get wrecked with my ball buster. Dang, did I take any damage at all? I did not. Look at me. Look at me. I am invincible. Megamind is classic. It's a shame everything after initial movie was so much worse. Wait, they made more? We assume Syndrome is dead. I'm holding on hope for a... Oh my gosh. I mean, to be fair, there's more justification for that than Palpatine returned. The man was chucked down the shaft of a Death Star. The Death Star then exploded. And somehow Palpatine returned. So I would say there's more of that, but I kind of think they made it as clear as they could while keeping it PG or PG-13. It was PG, right? I think. I think they got as close to as they could to showing that without the blood spattering all over the place to indicate that Syndrome is no more. He's not affiliated with me. Oh, does that... So, was that... Dandy, was that accidental? Or when I targeted him, does that make the balls bounce to him? Or did that just happen naturally? Like, do you see what happened? I shot it at the other guy first, but then I targeted the second guy after the big one exploded, and it looked like all the little bombs went towards him. Is that how that works, or was that just because they were bouncing in that direction already? They did announce Incredibles 3? Ooh. Listen, I'm cool with Palpatine coming back. That's what happened in Legends. Well, they cloned him. It was a clone, right? I'd say they barely touched on it, and it was almost zero lead-up explanation. The small balls track nearby enemies on him. Okay. Yeah, if I'm remembering correctly, Palpatine... Well, here's the question, though. Did Star Wars say he's a clone, or did they say it was the OG Palpatine? Like, his body survived falling down a shaft and the explosion of the Death Star. If that's not the case, then okay, that's fine. Because, yeah, like you said, the cloned Emperor... But... I think, if I'm not also mistaken, he also was batshit crazy because he was a clone. So it wasn't just a one for one. It was Palpatine, but there was the problem of the whole cloning process. So Palpatine and the clone were not indistinguishable. There was cloned Palpatine, who was a little cuckoo. And then you had the original Palpatine, who was not cuckoo, but he was just evil. It's supposed to be a clone because what's his name was a failed clone of Palpatine. Snoke. Oh, right. I mean, that's horrible failure. I mean, like, Palpatine wasn't a looker to begin with, but you'd think the clone would be Palpatine before. I mean, I hate the fact that it's canon that the whole reason why he looks disfigured is because his Force lightning got forced into his face. That just seems a bit weird. But, I mean, evil would corrupt his features anyway, in theory. But you'd think it would have created at least a pristine version of Palpatine, and a young Ian McKellen. I think that's his name. Not the god-awful ugly thing that Snoke was. But yeah, if it's a clone, that is a thing. But we also didn't get all the cool storytelling from Legends either. That was I'm like, look, you want to start using elements from Legends? Great, but you need to give us some of the good storytelling from that too. Because Legends was wait for it, dairy. Legendary. The fact that you could have that many writers telling that many different stories and what I would consider to be minimal, or relatively minimal, conflicts. Like, it was kind of cool. They kind of respected, like, when one author wrote, okay, like Timothy Zahn, you know, one of the first trilogies that he wrote or that were written established Mara Jade, and so other authors were like, okay, we'll write about her, and establish, you know, Jason, Jaina, and Anakin. It was like, okay, that's cool. You didn't have like a bunch of books trying to give Han and Leia like different kids or establish a different relationship. I still think if they wanted to make a television series, like a full like 22 episode season, they could kick butt with an adaptation of Rogue Squadron, I think it's called. If I remember, X-Wing Squadron, I think is what it's called. Anyway, it's the 9-book series by Stackholm and the other guy. I mean, they're freaking awesome. And the great thing is, the only character out of, like, I think Luke and Han make a cameo, which you could either remove or, you know, maybe CG it or something, is Wes. Because everybody else you don't really get to see much of, like Corran Horn, not Corran Horn. Well, he is in there. He's never seen in the movies, but like the other members of the Rogue Squadron, they got their helmets on. You don't really get to see their faces. You'd have to find a guy who looks like Wes. I can't remember the guy's name. The gentleman who played him. You couldn't use him. You'd have to use somebody close. But other than that, you can completely do a fresh casting of Rogue Squadron, and you don't lose anything, because every single character in there, the villain and everything, Iceheart, she's a new creation. Yeah, I mean, you could do it all, and you wouldn't, and it would could still take place at the same time that it does, but you don't have to worry about casting issues or anything. Ian McKellen, dagnabbit. Oh, who am I thinking of? Ian McDermott. That's his name. There's too many Ians. Sequel trilogy has aspect that I liked, but it all kind of falls flat for me because the films feel so disjointed. You should have one director for all 3 movies. Yeah. Is it really? They also released a trailer for season 2 of Ashoka. I'm really looking forward to that. Well, they did Rogue One. They couldn't be adapted because it's a 9. I don't think you can. I would be highly suspicious that you could condense 9 books into a movie. I think it could make a great series, like I said, 22 episodes or something. I don't see it, or like an Andor type deal where maybe it's like 12 1-hour episodes. I don't think you could convert X-Wing Rogue Squadron to the 9-book series into a movie. That would you'd be lopping off a lot of content. I mean, there is a distilled version of it that you could do, but it's like, why compress it all unnecessarily for one movie when there's plenty of other things you could make. If you wanted to do a movie, you could do it about that. But yeah, the sequels, yeah, they were a thing that happened. And like I said, my personal views on the prequels were the only things that really helped that be less painful. Because I was already kind of checked out. I was very excited for them. I saw, whoa, I got it. I got the upgrade. Bouncer upgrade to heavy. Look at this thing. It's a beast. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's got little hydraulic pistons and everything. Oh, this is going to be amazing. Let's see what we got here. So they're bigger balls. Bigger balls. I mean, look, it's not like I would prefer a very highly effective like laser gun, but you can't deny its efficacy. That's for sure. I am quite pleased with my bigger ball guns. I'm sure it'll be loosely based on it. Probably won't be what you want it to be. No. Nope. And that's the thing. Look, I'm okay if you create something new and it's awesome. Like, it doesn't have to be what I want it to be, but Disney has not proven to be good storytellers when it comes to Star Wars. I mean, fundamentally, I don't think they're good storytellers. In terms of things making sense, in terms of hero's journey, in terms of like what you would consider to be classic storytelling pillars, they fail objectively on just about everything. And then you've got dialogue, which, I mean, that can be subjective, but like the structures are fundamental. The stories are not structured fundamentally well. And when you got, what's his face, the guy who did the second movie, when his target, I'm going to use this phrase a lot more because I think it's a good one. Optimization target was subversion. I want to subvert your expectations. That's a crappy reason and a crappy optimization target to base a movie around. You should always be conscious of the fact that an audience is going to watch it and what you're communicating to that audience. You should never be trying to do something to that audience or to put something in there to make the audience feel something or to do something. Or it's like, well, I'm not going to put this in there because I think the audience isn't going to like it. Or I'm not going to put it in there because it's not going to be satisfying for the audience. And anytime you're doing something where you put the audience, this hypothetical audience, as the front runner to what you're doing, I want the audience to be fooled. No. If you want to write a story in which the narrative naturally goes to a place where you can fool the audience or where it can mislead them, or the natural narrative does that just by virtue of how it's presented, that's fine. But if you're writing something and going, I want the audience to be completely perplexed right here, or big picture, I want to subvert the audience expectations, it's the same thing as if you were to say, I want people to think the way that I think about this. Like, that's, again, then you're using it as propaganda. You're using it as a mouthpiece for your own views or beliefs rather than telling the story. And maybe, and usually when you do it, it raises questions. It doesn't definitively say something, because life doesn't present us answers. It presents us scenarios in which we can interpret or, apply our values and whatever to a situation. It doesn't mean that it's going to be that there's like two viable options. One may be much better than the other one, but when the optimal thing is we want to present characters, we want representatives, we want people to feel a certain way. I just don't think you could tell a good story that way. I just don't. I don't. When you look at classic stories, they're not. They do communicate things. Every story does, but they're not making that the center of the story, unless it's a fable or a moral or a parable or something, in which case that is its functionality. But otherwise, you shouldn't be getting a story that's like, let me teach you a lesson about life. Good call, Dandy. Synthoids. I forgot about them. I don't know how. But yes, good call. I don't know how I keep forgetting. Now, wait a minute. What's going on here? I should have deployed them afterward, but here, let's hope. Okay. All right, I don't need that leveled up. Do I need anything else leveled up? No, that's the only... The Synthoids are really the last thing here. So I may conserve my ammo. Let's see. There's nothing. Well, I mean, okay, you know what? I can upgrade this. I'm doing the Dandy Completionist thing here. Level up everything. Get to the chopper. Oh, I got it. I got more balls. Dang, my shields are down again already. Oh no, I'm out of shields. That's alright, I got plenty of balls. Eat razors. Actually, those razors weren't all that... I mean, they're better than the Lancer. Well, maybe not, because I'm almost out of those. But get off of me, blue balls. I can't wait to see the Synthoids all beefed up. That's going to be pretty cool. I was going to ask what they look like. Don't tell me. I don't know. Is it bigger, badder, more of them? Hopefully they're like RoboCop. Yeah. Completionist time. Hey, Thomas. Hello. Welcome. Sorry, it took me a second. 12:44. Okay, I got you in time. The proto-pets were so annoying as they multiply. Oh, is that? Yeah. They're. I was kind of surprised just how prevalent they were. But welcome, Thomas. Are you? So Dandy, you're seeing him here. Dandy's a big fan of Ratchet and Clank. Knows it inside and out. Has beaten it many different times, many different ways. I'm playing it for the first time myself. And then Carlos, you might see him pop up here. He's also a big Ratchet and Clank fan. Are you a big Ratchet and Clank fan? Are you a big fan of Going Commando in particular? Or are you just discovering this series for the first time, more or less? Or are you actively looking for very mediocre gameplay? For if you are looking for that, my friend, you have found it. Apologies for the involuntary ASMR. I'm supposed to be done eating by the time I start, and I did not finish my eating, as you can see. Oh my gosh. All right, what are we doing? We're going shield, and we're going with the ball buster. I feel like I should save that though, because there's bigger, badder enemies around. Oh, was this the front door? Or was this the front desk of a? What exactly? Is it a bank? Oh, I didn't destroy their little breeding grounds, I guess. Oh, they don't have them. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, it's like an airport or something? Why are there kiosks? Well, it's been a fun ride, but it's also been for me it's a great thing because it reminds me of the old school gaming thing where you got a friend with you on the couch and just like, I'm not going to tell you the whole game, but like I'll help you get through it versus having to go through a cold walkthrough or something where it's just go here and do this. It's the right amount of help, fellowship, and fun. to give the activity more value than it might have on its own. Oh! Hey, that's the dude and the other guy. Hang on. Jack and Dexter? Jackson Dexter? I think that's it. I think it's Jackson Dexter. Fan of Ratchet and Clank? I got my copy with my PS2. Nice, okay. I got that thing for 20 years and it still works fine. Nice, Thomas, nice! Yeah, here's a tragic thing. So, when I was growing up, my mom had to, especially when Christmas time came, you know, Santa had to infer a lot of things based on like what I said. Like some things were pretty concrete. If I said, I want Snake Eyes, the G.I. Joe, or Optimus Prime, the Transformer, Santa was pretty good with interpreting what that meant. But if I said a G.I. Joe or Transformer, it was a little bit more difficult. So there was one Christmas where I didn't think I had a chance in heck of getting a PS2. So they had released the PS1 as like in that mini version, a little with the rounded corners. It was much flatter. And I was just looking at the time, just looking to play Mega Man X4, 5, and 6. So for Christmas, I asked for a PlayStation 1. Again, thinking that I didn't have a chance of getting a PS2. I find out after Christmas. Now this is well after Santa. I knew it was my mom and dad, whatever. But my mom, after I opened it up, you know, and I'm unpacking it, my mom says, she's like, yeah, I went to the store, I saw a bunch of PS2s, and I thought, okay, I'll just get him that. But then I remembered, you know, usually when he asks for something very specific, it means because that's exactly what he wants. So I had to go somewhere else, and eventually was able to find a PlayStation 1. So, and I was like, happily, I was not able to communicate any kind of disappointment. And I mean, it would be hard to do anyway. I got exactly what I asked for, so I wasn't bummed. But there was that part of me that, like, the one time that she did not use creative liberty, I could have had a PlayStation 2 instead of a PlayStation 1, but because I specified PlayStation 1, she actually went out of her way to make sure she got me a PlayStation 1. It was such a tender and amazing thing where she's so intense. She has no idea. She has no idea what's going on. She desired so much to make sure that I got exactly what I asked for, that she gave me exactly what I asked for, even if in reality, it would have been amazing to have opened up a PlayStation 2 that Christmas. Anyway, I'm glad it goes that back. I do have a PlayStation 2, a fat boy or fat body PlayStation 2, the original, because I wanted the door that slides out. No, yeah, wait. Only has PS3, so we can only play up to Nexus. He's going to skip on A40 and FFA, possibly Deadlock, depending. He's switching up between Ratchet and Clank and Resistance. Okay. I mean, I do have a PS2. I do. But I don't have a PS4. PS3 is as far... PS3 and Switch are the most recent consoles that I have, I should say. Despite the dust. So Thomas, are you still PlayStation? Are you PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5? Did you switch over to PC? Or did you do the dandy and diversify? The prototypes can multiply on their own. If left alone, they start spitting out other proto-pets. Oh, okay. I was wondering. I thought it was just those little machines that were cranking them out. I did not realize they were... Are they asexually reproducing, or could I actually catch them in the act of two fuzzy blue balls rubbing up against each other and creating a smaller little blue ball that grows? I don't think I want the answer to that. Oh, that's why. So here was the other thing. I was thinking my ball buster was making a ridiculous amount of noise, but the reality is they make the exact same noise as the ball buster. I got to use this because it's fun. What are you going to do, buddy? Huh? What are you going to do, you goofy little bastard? Aha! Take them apples. Alright, back to the ball buster. Oh, no, okay, never mind. I stand corrected. It's a much higher pitch. The ball buster, the clanking is a much higher pitch than the jumping. Jack and Dexter. I was close. Jax, I mean, let's be honest, Jax would have been cool with the X. Jax and Dexter. I improved it. You're welcome. Well, the PS2 does have the backwards compatibility, right? So, I mean, you're technically missing the system, but you still have the functionality? Let's be honest. I mean, come on. PlayStation 1, Nintendo 64. It was an ugly generation. It was an ugly transitional generation. I think you're okay starting at PlayStation 2. If you're not going for the sprites, you know what? The sprites, you get a Genesis or a Super Nintendo, Neo Geo, something like that. But if you want 3D, starting at PS2 is fine. Yeah, so far the games have been pretty. The first one and the second one have been a pretty good chunk of time. Now, granted, I am pausing every so often to talk, so my play time is not indicative of the game's actual length. Oh, the big balls bouncing all over the place. Dang, look at me. I'm almost at 100,000 bolts already. Holy cow. All right, now, I think I might have to shoot something or do something. Whoa, 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 whoa. Who's dropping their balls? Oh, I see you up there. Hello. Let's give you a little bit of this, huh? Oh, crap. Oops, there it goes. Another dumb robot. Okay, the other one went to a red reticle, which makes... Okay, no, that one did it too. Ha ha! Deploy, destroy, employ. Oh, can I destroy these things? Oh no, I'm destroying boxes of cereal. Was this supposed to be a supermarket? Why is it not giving me any bolts? Why are there no bolts in these boxes of cereal? And oh my gosh, is that one of the developers or something? That's got to be, right? It's got to be one of the developers. Little goatee. Oh, hey man, sorry you chose the wrong guy. I've got powerful friends. We have powerful friends. You're gonna regret this. Oh gosh. Yeah. Oh, I can't bear it to watch. Hoorah! Oh! Anybody? Anybody? Come on now. There's just something nice about having an almost complete-ish collection. I don't have a PSP either, but I have a Vita. Ah, okay. Oh, wait. I did have them all up until about 2 months ago, but sold the PS1 and PS4 to make some money to try to stay afloat. Oh, I didn't realize you sold the PS1 and 4. I guess that makes sense. So if you got the 5 and the 5 can play the 4, right? Oh, you got both? Thomas, okay. You quit PC gaming? The fourth game is called Jack X, and it's a racing game. Oh, no kidding. Yeah, it's hard to go back to the PS1 64 era now. It is. Really the only game to me that stands up for me personally. Now, I didn't do a whole lot of PS1ing. Like I said, the Mega Man X, I mean, now that's on every system, so you don't need it. You don't need to be on PS1 anymore. And even then, really only X4, I think, is something that I would play more than once. And then you have, I was able to get it on the PS3, the Symphony of the Night. Like, that was a game I always wanted to play, just because it looked so cool. But, what was it? But yeah, so the N64, like the only game that I really enjoy playing that I can stand the graphical fidelity of is Star Fox. Because Like very few times are you seeing creatures. You're seeing starships and objects and mechs and stuff that actually look good with the geometrical, or they still look okay with the limited geometrics. Like you get Star Fox and the team running, but the actual gameplay happens within the R-Wing, so it's not, you're not having to see the fact that, man, these things are... Yeah, I do wonder sometimes if they didn't jump the gun a little bit on the like if we could have used one more console generation before going 3D, because PS2 and GameCube and was it Xbox 360 at that point? Like, they look amazing. I mean, not like blow your mind amazing, but they look really good. Like, to me, they look like the equivalent of, well, I don't know. I was gonna say the Super Nintendo sprites, but then you would say, well, then the PS1 and N64 generation were effectively the Nintendo of their generation. They were pioneering the 3D effect, just like the original Nintendo pioneered 8-bit graphics, you know? I don't know. The gameplay was good for a lot of them. They just... Ugh. But I was also kind of out of age at that point. Like, I didn't grow up... If I grew up with the N64, I think I would definitely think about it... Or the PlayStation, I would think about it differently. But I was in high school. A senior year of high school when, like... Well, no, the PlayStation came out. I remember actually being pretty impressed with the PlayStation. Like, my friend brought it over. We played the first Tekken, actually. That was sophomore year, I think. Sophomore or freshman year, so... Yeah. But I also was impressed with Mario World when it came out. And Mario Kart. And now I'm like, I don't know. Honestly, there are a ton of games that I never played on PS1, but I do find it difficult to try to go back. Like Croc, always been interested, can't bring myself to do it. That's Dan Johnson, save face in the monitor. Okay, that's what I thought. I remember you saying there was a dev or somebody who featured in the game. And I assume that was him if they were making a running gag of it. Well, no. So Resistance, I haven't forgot about, because Resistance is going to be our next stop after Ratchet and Clank. But so Resistance looks rough compared to Resistance 2 and 3, and maybe you could argue it looked rough-ish then, but it didn't look as bad as PlayStation. Well, what I'm saying is, you didn't necessarily have to be the most polished. It's just that generation was so octagonal, and it was so, a lot of games completely crashed and burned just on the controls alone. So it was like, I think they could have used one more generation, one more R&D cycle to get the octagon count down a little bit better, so you weren't having to be so abstract about it. Get the coloring to be a little less mucky and muddy, to make sure the textures weren't... Because I remember some of my navigational issues were just at a distance, particularly, like you couldn't tell if it was a gap, like if that was an entrance, or if that was just really bad texturing. So I think the ideas... I guess my point is, the ideas merited perhaps a better system to present them on. That would have, because I still think PlayStation 2 aged well in terms of its graphics. I think even Resistance, it wasn't amazing, it wasn't groundbreaking, but it didn't look bad. And I think you can look at most PlayStation 2 games and you look at them and go, okay, I mean, they're definitely dated, they're going to be dated, but they didn't look bad. I feel like that first generation, the games still played well, and there's still value in those games. They just looked kind of bad, you know? In a way, like if you look at Super Nintendo, you may not like sprites per se. It's not 3D, but most of the games looked really good. Like the art, they maximized that particular form of it. All right, let's give you guys. Oh my! I think I'm out of balls. Just about. Oh, there's a purple ball. That's good because I need like 75 of them. Oh, do I need to do the hydrate thing here? Let's see. Is there a thing for me to plug into? Oh, that was in the other game, wasn't it? What am I thinking of? Ha! Oh, can I get on this? Can I get on this? It looks like a ledge! It is a ledge! Let me jump up on the ledge! Why are you preventing me from grabbing the ledge? Allegedly. Okay. Because we want you to do it the way we want you to do it. That worked out well. Come on, guys. Why are we doing this? Really? Why are we doing this? Is there anything? Where's nothing to grapple onto? Nothing to. Oh, nothing to tractor beam. Nope. Interesting. Wait, Dan Johnson died? I think you might have said that already, yeah. But OG Spiral always looked good to me because that was my bread and butter. My internet here sucks and the stream won't stop buffering. You need to freeze it. Oh, right. I'm trying to look. We don't have any drop frames or anything, so yeah. As best as I can tell, there isn't anything going wrong with the stream on this end. Good call, Carlos. I forgot about that. But oh, I'm dying. Oh. It's been a while since I had to use this thing. Oh, no, dude, why? Why'd you do that? Why? I mean, my next step was going to be to go through the inventory and try to peel back and remember exactly what, but thank you, Carlos. I appreciate that. Yeah, I am. What is that? What is that? Destroy. No, that's definitely a... Okay, he sounds like he's going to talk like this. Hey, man, what's up? What's going on?
You're getting sleepy. Very sleepy.
You are getting very sleepy.
I nailed it.
Ah, a customer. You, sir, look like someone who could use a hypnomatic.
Okay.
Just bring us the part, and we'll make it for free.
Ah, for a fee. A very small fee.
Oh, man. I know we got 2 of them, but apparently we need 2 more. Dang, Dandy! So your phone processes better than the than your laptop? Oh, just running on data now. Oh man, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, you said the internet. Okay. Now, do you have a I guess a move out date that you have in mind? Are you guys going to stay there until you can get things up and running? Or are you like, hey, let's do this for like 3 months and then migrate over? There's one in here and one in Greblin. Or Greblin. Are you sure that's the one we did? Because we've gotten 2. Are you sure the one we haven't got? Because, well, no, because after I got the first one, you said that was like the new, there wasn't anything before that. So I'm guessing I haven't missed anything just yet. All right, so let me take a look at my map here. Okay, it looks like I've actually covered just about everything. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. But I can't go through... Can I go through? This is where I came from. Interesting. That seems to indicate there's like a little... No? Yeah, see there's the little... Looks like the rail. Like a little thing that would take me down to there. That whole thing. It's outside, maybe. It's out this way, maybe. Well, there's no way to get out there though. There's nothing out that way. There's a big rail system. Oh, but I can't ride that. Wait, those I can. That looks definitely like something I could ride. Well, where does it... It starts there, maybe? I mean, doesn't it look like it's saying that I should be able to go back this way? I mean, that's what it looks like. There's a gap there. You see? There's a hole. There's a hole right there, right there. You see that? This wall should not be here. Go away, wall. Go away. You are not where you're supposed to be. First thing I'm going to do once I have money is upgrade the Wi-Fi. Yeah, that was kind of what I was asking, more or less. Whether it's, you know, moving out and getting it, or just like first paycheck, we're doubling up on the Wi-Fi. Does it not show the pieces? I mean, I'm pretty sure I got 2. I could have sworn I got 2. I mean, it says I need 2 more. So if there's a total of 3, then apparently I only got the 1. But I thought I'd gotten 2. But yeah, it doesn't look like they track those here. One out of 3 parts. Okay, yeah, I guess I only got the 1. Huh. That's weird. Okay. Well, I mean, that looks like a dead end, though. So we went there. We can't go any further. There's a gate in the way, and maybe that's what we need the hypnotic pieces for. Oh, right. Yep, that's true. Yep, that's the other one. There's another path from the start of the level you haven't done? Ah, okay. Then I guess I need to take this just to go back to the beginning and start over. So I guess that's what I'm going to have to use that on the Hypdo. Use my Hypdo on the thing. Alright, so there we go. Just grinding it out, bruh. Oh, nice. I got my boys with me. Nice. Keep lighting them up, fellas. We're going to get you upgraded. You're going to be badasses. Asses of batitude. Yeah, we're going to stick with that. Oof, that's close. Oh, geez. Oh, gosh. Oh, come on. No. Really? Really? You do that jockey nonsense to me and you want to make that a death? Come on now. What is that? I'm disoriented. That's unprecedented. That's the first time they did it in the whole freaking game, and it's like you have 3 seconds to figure out you're facing the back-asswards direction and why, and they send you all the way back here. They're lucky I'm so freaking good at this game, otherwise I'd be kind of pissed. I'm out of my good guys, my little guys. Oh no. Oh. See, that's not fair. That's just not fair. You can't change up my orientation. And within 2 seconds expect me to be like, oh yeah, totally. This is what I need to do. That's just not fair. Not as easy to trip me up when you don't take me by surprise from behind. Okay, well that was just a control thing. I mean, it's cute that they're hanging out in pairs, you know, just kind of hanging out together. Just, you know, trying to be a little bit of hazards on the... Oh, what's going on now? Okay. Okay, why didn't you go... I mean, I nudged the stick to the right because, you know, that's what my eyes told me to do. Can I use the D-pad for this? I can. I'm going to use the D-pad for this. No, I can't. Yes, I can. Okay, alright, that's fine, that's fine. Alright. So April, okay, so yeah, you got almost a year. Well, not really. That's what, we're pretty much, well, we're not at September, we're halfway through August, so you got September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. So 8 months-ish. You, sir, just got hit by a train. I like trains. Yeah. It did not make me happy. I mean, I do like trains. I just don't like being on train tracks. And I don't like trains when they stop in the middle of nowhere for like 6 hours and you have to wait for them to go. That's happened to me twice. Not a good time. Not a good time. Alright, here we go. What? Am I not supposed to go to the tracks on the right? Because I'm hitting the right, like I'm actually using the D-pad here and I'm hitting this button right here, trying to go off to the other side, and it did not let me. That's the second time it's done that. The first time was with the actual joystick, the second time was with the D-pad. I don't understand Because there's tracks over to the right, and I'm trying to go there, and it's not responding to my commands. You're jumping too soon? How am I jumping too soon? I'm Ratchet. I can jump whenever the heck I want. I've got a backpack on. I can. See, there, I wasn't jumping too soon. I feel like the game's getting finicky right now. It's being a bit of a turd muffin. Hey, Skull, what's going on? Good to see you, man. Howdy, 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 howdy. The guys operating the train need a break, too. How's your day going today? It was going great until I came across this janky train nonsense. Oh, thank you, Carlos. Thank you indeed. Yes, yes. If you are indeed liking it, please leave a like. Don't do it just because there's an obligation. Do it because you genuinely feel it. Just don't forget to do it. That's my only thing. Because I forget to do it sometimes too. A lot of times when I start watching a video, I'll just like it to begin with, and then take away the like if for whatever reason I don't. But usually if it's a channel that I like, I figure the content is such that I'm going to enjoy it, and they have to do something to make me displeased for me to rescind my like. I don't usually leave dislikes, but anyway, that's not... Okay, here we go. You want to go for that last jump? Not right. There's a train that spawns on the left. Wait, what? Don't like, follow, and obey. Right, exactly. No, don't forget to. Obey my dog! So I'm not supposed to jump to the right then. We'll see. I mean, this part isn't that hard, so it's not like the end of the world, but it's just kind of a time suck. But anyway, Skull, it's going pretty good. Pretty good. How about you? Is it a Manic Monday? I didn't realize this, but here in Texas, they've already started school. Like, I went for a walk this morning thinking I'd have a nice, tranquil, cool morning around 7 o'clock. Kids lined up at the bus stop. That's disgusting. I can't imagine going to school. Like, back in my day, you got out of school June 15th, 16th, one of those 2 days usually, whichever one was a Friday. And you didn't go back until after Labor Day, like September 5th. What's happened to the world? It's gone crazy. Kids today... That's all kind of janky nonsense. Butchered that. Gonna go die now? That actually is gross. Wait, what are we talking about? Children. Ew. No, not the children themselves. I was just trying to say, like... I don't know. I don't know. It's just like sometimes I feel very sorry for the kids of this generation. It's hard because when I was growing up, I had to use white, red, yellow, and blue Legos and try to rectangles and squares and try to make a Millennium Falcon because they didn't have Star Wars Legos. I grew up in that hardship. I made an ugly Millennium Falcon using those colored bricks because there simply wasn't Star Wars Legos. Same thing with Lord of the Rings. If I were to make Gondor or any other city, or not Gondor, but Minas Tirith or something, I had to use miscolored blocks. And now, kids today have hyper-stylized Legos. They're expensive as hell, but they're there. But I had legitimate G.I. Joes. I had O-ring G.I. Joes, the best action figures in the world. They don't make them anymore. If I don't even know they make G.I. Joes anymore, but if they are, they're the crappy ones without the O-ring. And yes, I've had to replace the O-ring several times in several different Joes. It's actually kind of funny because they'll just pop off. Like I'll be playing a game or something, and I'll hear like ping, boom, and I go over there and I look, and sure enough, the torso popped off of one of them. Sometimes they pop off Okay. Okay, so I cannot go right there. I have to go left. You're gonna love Kronk and Zephyr? I don't have a clue how things are in school now. Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't know either, other than the fact that I have a nephew who's of school age, and the fact that I just happened to be out there when that was happening. I'm like, what? And so I asked my sister, "What's going on?" She said, "Oh yeah, they're back in school now." I'm like, "What?" So that's what I mean. It's a trade-off. I mean, when you grew up with an original Nintendo, like, you never were wanting for amazing games. Like, they just sport game, any game, everything was new. Like Tecmo, I mean, you just had so many options. It was great, and it's simple, very simple. You go to the friends' houses and you bring your game with you, and you plugged it in and you played, and it was amazing. And you had GI Joes, and they were awesome. They were actually really good figures. And your Transformers were made out of plastic, but also metal. Freaking awesome. Nowadays, and you could actually play guns with guns that actually kind of look like guns. They didn't have to be like hot pink with crazy little things in there, because people weren't trying to use fake guns as real guns. It was just a simpler time, that's all I'm saying. But at the same time, we didn't have the amazing Legos we have now. I guess that's really what it comes down to. If we just actually had Star Wars Legos when I was growing up, it would have been the perfect childhood. But now I have to measure it out. All right, so we're gonna go left up here. That look, okay. To my credit, you should not have. Look at the tracks. Look at the tracks. Look at the tracks. You should not have those there if I'm not supposed to be able to jump on them. That's all I'm saying.
Sorry.
Yeah, you better
You
apologize.
found a hypnomatic part. You need all of the parts to make the hypnomatic gadget.
All right, cool. So now we can go back to Gerblanki or whatever it's called, Gelbin. And now that we got our really cool ball buster and our awesome the things, all the things, and our shield, and we got all the stuff, we're gonna wreck them. We're gonna wreck them, and we're gonna get all the stuff. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be easy. We'll come back and we'll get the hypnomatic oath thing. Got that skill point trophy too. I forgot to notice that. But yes, Andy, you're correct. I did get it. But I remember getting the very first Power Ranger Zoid, like when I was 5 or something. It was way better than Transformers. Whoa, 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 whoa. Flag on the play, Skullcrasher. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. No. No. Hang on. No. I don't care what Zoid or no. This Skyfire Generation 1 Transformer. Yes, the design was taken from Robotech. Doesn't matter. He's badass. No. The articulation that transforms into an F-14 effectively. No. This is like 45% metal. No, I'm gonna say 50% metal. All Transformer. You know, I'm going to set him right here. He's going to remind me of better times. This was a toy. This was a toy. Transformer. Goodness gracious. Blasphemy, Skull. Blasphemy. I will not tolerate that. Well, we have one strike. You dare make a unfavorable comparison to Transformers again, and I will bring the full weight down upon you. Mine was plastic, but it was like 2 feet tall. Well, did you know? I mean, so Skullcracker, you remember? Did you know there was a Voltron, which was actually, you know, what Power Rangers were before they got. Anyway, that actually was same thing. It was about what is that? 2, maybe even 3 feet, because you had the lion. Each lion was big enough for an actual 3.5 foot figure. So you had 3.5 foot figures, Voltron figures, about this big, 3.5 inches. and the lion needed to be big enough that they could sit in the cockpit in scale. So each lion was about this big, and then you had the legs and the feet and the hands. So it was probably about what you're talking about. It's about like a 2.5 foot to 3 foot Zoid called Voltron. But look, to your point, not all Transformers were great. You had the little ones. You know, you had Bumblebee, which was all plastic, pretty much. Actually, no, it was all plastic. You had a range. So I was just saying you couldn't characterize all Transformers as being cheap. But like I said, that was a Robotech design that was temporarily owned or kind of owned, or they had the license to it and then they had to rescind it, which is why the Jetfire in the Transformers cartoon looks nothing like this one, because they lost the rights to it. So it is technically Robotech, not Transformer. But then the Transformers added some of the pieces and the color scheme and everything. So, I mean, to your point, but Optimus Prime was a fine piece of metal plastic. He was one of the better ones. Megatron looked okay, except for the trigger was right where his junk would be. And look, different toys had their things. But I would say, because I think, so you're almost exactly 10 years younger than me. So when you were 5, I would have been 15. That's when those were coming out. I still think they had O-ring G.I. Joes. Hang on a second. I must know this. When did... First ended in 2006. So yes. So you're still good. Skull, you were growing up in a time where toys were still toys. They were still quality toys. So you were getting the tail end of it, really, but you were still living in a time. Wait. Oh no, The Real American Hero concluded in 1994, which was I was 14. So so the real toys, the best of the best, ended just before you turned 5. It started on its way out. So you got to experience toys that were still good. They were just starting to shift away from the high quality stuff. But you were also young enough that you could actually play with Star Wars Legos. So it could be argued you hit a sweet spot. I like growing up with the Nintendo. I like growing up in the 80s. You know, being 5 in 85 was pretty nice. But arguably there was a sweeter spot. And Dandy, I think you're like 20 years younger than me, right? I grew up on Transformers Armada, so I can't weigh in. Yeah! Plus they come separate, and you get the joy of putting them together. What, the Zorps or the Zoids? And to your point, Transformers, by the time you were playing with them, those were Generation 2. Like Dandy was saying, like Armada, Beast Wars. Come on, no, man. Generation 1 Transformers were it. The toys were the closest to like optimal whatever. And then you started getting further and further away. They started getting more and more plasticky, more and more cheap. It was a mess. You were born in 95? Okay. So you and Skull are the same age then, pretty much. Wait, no. Okay, you're 15 years younger. Okay. You're 91. Right. Okay, so 5 years. Like I said. So, yeah, Dandy, you are the young, you're the pup of the group so far. But not very much. You're almost, Skull's almost kind of between 2001-ish. Let me see. 2002. One season in 2002. So yeah, you were close. Yep. Pretty darn on point there. But yeah, I mean, I'll admit, I pretty much lost Transformers after Generation 1. So I think you had Generation 2, and then you had, we got to remember, I watched Transformers the movie in the theater. I watched Optimus Prime die. I watched Ratchet die. Not this Ratchet, of course, but the Ratchet. And is that his name, Ratchet? That's what happens. You kill him off in the movie. Don't. I think it was Ratchet. Ratchet, Ironhide. The one guy who was the police car. It wasn't Jazz. That was another one. Anyway, you watch like the all the Transformers that I grew up get massacred in one movie with a banging soundtrack, by the way. And I was like, and you want me to accept Rodimus Prime? I don't care if it's what's the guy's name? Judd Nelson. I don't care that it's Judd Nelson. I don't know who Judd Nelson is. I don't know who the freaking Rat Pack is, or not the Rat Pack. Brat Pack. I don't know who these people are. You killed Optimus Prime, you bastards. I'm done. I cashed out. I was done. Didn't care anymore. Nope. Animorphs? Hang on. No, I don't remember Animorphs. What the heck is an Animorph? What? Animorph is a science fantasy series of middle grade books written by Catherine Applegate. Oh, what? What the hell? What the hell? Oh gosh. Oh, good heavens. I've never seen... Why, Skull? Why would you... Why would you make me aware of... Ah! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I haven't seen the movie, but I never watched the series. I watched Transformers Armada and Transformers Prime and enjoyed both. Dandy. My friend Dandy. At this point, I think it's a safe bet that if you said you watched something, that you enjoyed it. That's not to say you enjoy everything, but I would say 95% of the time, it's a safe bet. If I hear you say that you watched something, I'm going to assume that you enjoyed it, unless you state otherwise. We'll just put it that way. But yeah, I don't know, man. I guess when I got... Because, I mean, to be fair, I switched gears. Once I hit, like, 7th or 8th grade, like, almost all my time outdoors was, like, playing football, basketball. Like, it was sports. It was a very sports-centric existence for me in my free time. I played with Legos and Super Nintendo. But other than that, everything was outside. Hockey, we played street hockey. So I think I just kind of became disconnected with like the toy and entertainment stuff. Like I wasn't really watching TV at that point. Like I grew up on like DuckTales and Tailspin and all that stuff. That was a Disney afternoon. That went away by the time I was in high school or getting into high school. So it was theater. I was doing a lot of drama stuff, and then sports. So, and that's not a brag or anything. That's just I'm thinking about like where how did I miss all this stuff in the late 90s? I was like, well, that's when I started doing more of that, and then I went into college, and none of my college. The only thing. I mean, I had friends in college that had N64, but they didn't play GoldenEye. They didn't play Star Fox. They were playing like Mortal Kombat, which I don't think it looked particularly good on the N64. But yeah, so I'm just trying to account for the blank spot when people who are just slightly younger than me are like telling me what they grew up with. I'm like, damn. Like I was aware that the Power Rangers existed. I just never watched it. And I knew the existence of Pokemon. At some point I became aware that there was a thing called Pokemon, but I didn't know what it was until years later. But none of my friends had it. None of my friends played it, so I didn't get exposed to it. And by the time I did, I'm like, wait, what? Pikachu? Why? All right, let's show these turd muffins who's boss. Oh, oh, this is so... Dude, they're dying just from getting hit by the main ball. Look at that. One shot from the ball, and they're like, oh, I'm so dead. Before, they were like, oh, you can hit me 50 times, and I don't care. All right, you know what? You know what you get? You know what you get? You ready for this? I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. Oh, I am. Oh, I am. Oh, yes, here, for you and your friends. Oh. Yeah, you do that. You just celebrate your mediocrity while I wipe you off the face of the planet. Oh, I'm too powerful. Too powerful. I feel it coursing through me. Big ball energy. Give me some more. Chopper? Chopper, you piece of garbage. I don't want chopper ammunition. Well, I'm not going to waste a ball on you. I'm going to wait. Yeah. Show me more of your friends. Here you go. Group together. Say cheese. And die. Alright, you didn't follow instructions. There you go. You got there. You figured it out eventually. Alright, where's... I need some more crystal. Bro, Animorphs was insane and not actually meant for children. They got the ability to transform into animals from a dying alien who was caught up in like galactic genocidal war. Oh, and if you stay in animal form too long, you get stuck that way. I think that happened to one of the kids. Oh my gosh. That's terrifying. Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at the cover, and it's creepy. Like incredible. Like there's a girl turning into a starfish. There's a dude turning into a cobra. Like the middle stages don't look good. Oh, there's he turns into a cricket. Oh, he got the raw end of the deal there. Yeah, I think that introduces a whole new world of like, this life's not fair. Like, I turn into a dung beetle, you turn into a freaking lion. Like, come on. Life sucks enough as it is for you to like get superpowers, and your superpowers you turn into an apex, or no, what's the opposite of an apex predator? An apex prey? I don't know. But yeah, I'm like, it's like, oh, I've developed a secret power. I can turn into a cricket. It's like, oh, good. So that's you turn into something that someone who has horrible karma would be thought to transform into. Hey, I got something for you there, big boy. I think. Why can I not target you? I want to target you. Oh, what am I doing? I forgot about my boys. Boys. There we go. More chopper ammunition. Goodness gracious. But yeah, that's pretty disturbing stuff. The idea you'd stay, I mean, especially if you were a cricket. Like, it's what, I mean, no, I'm going to say, I don't think there's a single animal in the world, I don't care what it is. I don't think there's a single animal in the world that I would want to get stuck as. I mean, obviously there are some that are better than others, but nah. There are definitely times where I'm like, oh man, you know, being a cat might be kind of chill for a day or something. You just kind of sit down, nobody cares, you know, just lay around, do whatever. But that would get old pretty quick. All right, we should be getting pretty close to the plasma, whatever we call it thing. Just need another 50,000. All right, you know what? They're laughing at me. I'm gonna enjoy this. Die like the wind, bullseye. Yeah. Yeah, you just go ahead and lay down and die, son. How many do I have? I need, what, 9, I think? Was it 16? It was some ridiculous number. Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Was my teens. I probably watched the reveal of both. Yeah, I mean, that is a fortunate thing. I mean, and those, you know, Pokemon is, I mean, the most lucrative franchise in the history of the world. And Yu-Gi-Oh! Is pretty close. In certain ways. I mean, Pokemon, you know, has a lot of, I mean, I wouldn't equate the two, but they're both juggernauts. We had those in the 80s, but they died off. Like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! have lasted for decades. The closest thing we have, I would say, is probably the Ninja Turtles. Those have lasted or endured for a pretty significant amount of time. Beyond just initially. But like even He-Man was a juggernaut, but it was only for like 3 or 4 years. Max. Probably not even that long, like 2 years. So most of our icons only didn't even last out the decade. We remember them fondly because of how impactful they were when they came out, but we, you know. Why is my ball busting? Okay, there we go. Oh, jeez. I don't know. He's somehow out of that thing, guys. Alright, we'll use this. Get wrecked, son. I wasn't really allowed to have Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! When it came out, thanks to the weird daytime TV pastors saying they're agents of the devil. But they're alright. I mean, they are. I mean, the original, what is it, in Japan, they're called pocket monsters. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've heard that as well. I don't know. I mean, you have to look at the origins. Because, I mean, they said that about, like, He-Man and She-Ra, but then you look at the writers and what they were actually trying to do and like where they got the names and stuff from. I was like, yeah, I mean, you can make certain connections to certain things, but like they were mostly just like, I just needed to make this toy make sense or something. So I don't know, but I mean, Pokemon does have it has some weird history. Like I think you had like Pokemon and humans like getting it on, and it is strategically, no, not strategically, strategically convenient that it just so happens that these animals who are captured, trained to fight, and have to fight each other effectively, like until they're incapacitated, that one, they suffer no long-term effects, and two, apparently they love it, that they would be fighting each other tooth and nail regardless of any training. So it kind of alleviates all of the parallels it would be to like dog fighting and everything. It's like, no, they actually enjoy fighting each other, and no, they heal immediately, and it's all good. It's like this very conveniently consequentless situation where they happen to enjoy fighting and they don't sustain any permanent damage or anything like that. It's like, I mean, that's great. I'm glad we're not trying to make, dog fighting parallels, but it does, you're like, okay, I mean, that's nice in this nice, fantasy realm where such a thing can happen. But usually, capturing creatures and having them fight each other isn't analogous to anything we have in real life. But I mean, it is fantasy. It's just. I remember when I was talking to a friend about it who actually knew Pokemon, and I brought up the parallels. Like I mean, it's hard not to see it. He's like, oh well, but they actually enjoy it. And I'm like, oh, so they've written in ways to make it, completely acceptable. Which, I mean, hey, we can't argue. That's their universe. If that's how they want to. If that's the nature of Pokemon, that's the nature of Pokemon. You can't really argue with that. It's just kind of interesting that it alleviates all the possible issues that you could have. You got to progress through the level to lower bridges to get. Okay. Gotcha. Thank you for letting me know that. Yeah, I thought could remember the other one. You could just wander around. I didn't realize that I wasn't progressing the level though. I mean, obviously I'm not, but. They're going to kill my ammo. Oh, you can choose what you turn into? Oh, that's even more peculiar. What? I'm looking at a dude right now, he turns into a mallard. What idiot thinks about, oh, I could turn, like, even if you want to turn into a flying thing, like a hawk, an eagle. This is ridiculous. There's no kid in the world. Look at it. Look at how the meta, like, just think about it, like meta video gaming meta, Pokemon meta, Yu-Gi-Oh. You got the same people playing like the optimal cards. There's no way in hell somebody's going to choose voluntarily to become a mallard. That's beyond not meta. That's ridiculous. You'd definitely be like a hawk or an eagle. If you wanted to be a flying thing at all, you're going to be a hawk or an eagle, not a freaking duck. Honestly, if my kid could transform into an animal, I wouldn't be bothered by it. I'd be like, all right, that's cool. Like, that's completely normal and reasonable. What I would have an issue is if my kid transforms into something stupid like a duck. Then I'm going to sit him down and say, look, with great power comes great responsibility. You have a responsibility to not be a dumbass. And he transforms into a donkey. I'm like, dagnabbit, stop doing that. I grew up in a family that done drugs, so Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh is pretty insane for me. Fair enough, exactly, yeah. You gave the hippie moonstones to move the big rock, but you never went through. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's very true. Look, I'm trying to keep. I got Animorphs being thrown at me. I got all kinds of crazy stuff. I can't be expected to remember everything. Oh, I'm going into a mine shaft. Don't mind me. What am I doing? Launch the glider. Oh, right. Fly like an eagle. Ah, I have thwarted you with my short cuttery. Oh, good gravy. Oh, good gravy. Oh, good gravy. Oh my gosh, Biggs! Biggs, where are you? Blast it, Biggs, where are you? I'm right with you, Red 3. I can't, yeah, I can't, I was hoping I could go, vertical. You know, do kind of like, do a barrel roll kind of a thing, but I can't do anything. I just have to fly straight and true. Oh, this is dumb. This is the exact mistake I made before. All right, at least I destroyed their pipeline. Stealth. Turn into an animal that blends in and is somewhat in and is somewhere it should be. Pretty weird to see a lion in a New Jersey suburb. Well, that's the thing, Danny. Though, as somebody who grew up on Transformers, I've been trained to know that if a giant tractor trailer suddenly appears in somebody's driveway, there's not, even if it has a giant logo on it that seems to indicate that it is something called an Autobot. It's a robot in disguise. It's completely disguised. I can't possibly be expected to discern that it's. Oh, come on, really? I knew I was going to hate this. I don't like the glider. I don't like one-hit kills. I mean, it's fine. It is what it is, but it's not my favorite thing. But I mean, like once you know, once. I'll say I would rather stand out and be a bit odd in New Jersey. I'd rather, well, no, I was going to say I'd rather go somewhere where lions are normal, but I don't think I want to live in a place where lions are normal. Like I will risk standing out rather than become a cricket or a mallard. Again, there's, I mean, a crow. Be a crow. Crows fit in almost anywhere. Nice. Oh no. Okay. Like a crow fits, or a raven. Oh, piss. Oh, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. No, boo. Boo. Like, that's the thing. I'd rather be a raven than a freaking mallard. If for no other reason than ravens seem to be able to, you know, crap in a decent place, where mallards just like, I'll just crap on anything that's below me. I've never been pooped on by a raven. I have been pooped on by a goose. Stupid geese. I hate geese. They're obnoxious. Like, where's the like? Okay, you hit it and you lose a little bit of life or something. What's with this? Like, you grazed the ground, now you're dead. Wait, what? Hey, be careful. There's a wall there. Thanks, Dandy. Thanks. That's the kind of catch I need. Thank you. I know exactly which wall you're talking about. I love these missions and the ones where you fall and have to avoid the missiles and shit. There's a game called Split Fiction that mimics that, and I flipped out. Okay. Well, that's the thing. I'm glad why did I do this? I do like the glider and the halo jump sequences in later games. Just a fun little way to break up the gameplay. Yeah. I like the gameplay part of it. I don't like the unforgiving nature of it. I don't like graze the ground and you have to start all over. That's the only thing. I like the mechanics of it. I like the flying. It feels good. The controls are pretty responsive. I mean, for what it is that you're flying. But it's like, to me, it's not quite responsive enough. And then you have these points where you lose your visual. Like, you need to turn around the thing, but you don't know what's around the corner. There's just enough in there that it doesn't make me feel quite like I'm in enough control. I like the idea of it. I'm like, if I can't get a good visual for what I'm seeing, like if this was FPS, that'd be different. But it's like, I can't see where this turn is gonna take me, and the controls are not that responsive that they can respond to a reaction. That's okay. If I bitch about it enough, I'll get through it okay. That's the rule. Hey, look at that. What did I tell you? You got to take the correct lessons from this, folks. Whine about what it is you're doing and you will succeed. I think that's probably the most... That's the most lasting... Oh, I forgot I can use the volcano thing now. Oh yeah, I died all those times strategically so that I could use I got my health back. Oh, not the infiltrator. Oh, see, you whine about it. Oh, stop smiling, Ratchet. You and I both know this is garbage. Okay. Oh. Down is the right way. I don't care what this game says. Down is the right way. Okay, so down is never the right way. Apparently. You just can't go down. I went down. Why did I go down? Because there's no other way to go. Okay. I do like... let's see. This is the old school way. It would be hardcore mode nowadays. I know, right? Yes. Yeah, it's gotten progressively softer. That's for sure. Gaming in general. Okay. Why did I did it again? Okay, that's okay. I'm going the wrong way completely. I need to turn. Nope. Okay, no, that's the wrong way. Okay, I have to go down. I have to break my own rule and go down, I guess. And it's effectively make one wrong turn and you're dead. Again, it's the unforgivingness of it. You make one wrong turn and you're screwed. That's what you say, Dandy. I don't know. Nope. Okay, so down twice. Oh, I hate these things so much. I wish I was a cricket. Ah! Honestly, I feel like PS2 era was a good middle ground of forgiving. Games not holding your hand, but it's also not get hit once and start the entire game over difficult. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, I guess to be fair, like PS3, the games that I played, stuff like Resistance and everything, those seem pretty fair. Uncharted. I don't know. I think PS3 is definitely when you started seeing some games that were... Well, the hard part is there's the old school difficulty that was required because you could only do so many things with like an 8-bit game like Mario or something. So a lot of it had to be the repetition. Like, okay, you got this far, you die, you lose, you have to go back to the beginning of the game. So you're getting more... The difficulty is more that you're having to go through more of the game to get back to where you were dying the first time, and incrementally keep progressing, and then until you get to another point, you can start over again. And like that's how you beat Contra. But it's a relatively short game. You just, you have to kind of chisel your way through it. So I don't mind them increasing the difficulty of the game and not requiring you to play through parts that you've already been through a million times. But I think there's a sweet spot, like you were saying, probably PS2 era, where the difficulty was... It maintained the difficulty while also not making you just be doing the same thing over and over again. The games got bigger, and so they didn't need you to repeat things as much. Because, just because that was how they had to do difficulty back in the Nintendo days doesn't mean I was okay with it or I was happy with it. It's kind of like now where, if a game chooses to not make the AI smarter but instead just makes the bad guys a bullet sponge, it's that kind of different. You don't mind it if the enemy is more sophisticated or smarter or harder to defeat, but it doesn't feel good if all it is simply just more stats and it hits harder. I miss save eras or save areas, indeed. You literally got one away like 8 times. Congrats. Wait, what? Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. You were talking about the little ball. Yeah. It's important to make the same mistakes to prove your intellectual rigidity and consistency, but then you need to adjust after a certain amount of time. You first need to establish your intellectual baseline, and then you need to course correct. Like Resident Evil, if you was asking me, or Tomb Raider even. See, I didn't play either of those. So what did those have save points, like areas that you went to save, or did they save it automatically? Oh no, didn't they have typewriters in Resident Evil? When did they do away with those? Because I know they don't have them on RE5. When did they stop using? Because wasn't it the typewriter and you had to like find a ribbon And you can put it in there in the typewriter, which I kind of liked because that was like the closest thing I've seen to like kind of marrying an in-game versus a practical. Like the idea that like he typed out, you know, here's where I've done, and you know, here's what I've done and what I've gathered and where, and it leaves it for the next version to come through. I don't know. It made sense to me. But yeah, I think that's what they use, at least in the second one. I don't know how Tomb Raider did its saving. I think it's one of those things where if you're going to have more, like if you're going to have save states, that's fine. Just make sure you make the game challenging enough on its own so that that's not just kind of a... Or maybe like it's you know, I would be curious in development if they say, okay, are we going to have save states? Like, where are we going to put them? I don't know. Let's build the game we want to build, and then see where the difficulty is, and where, like, do we need to have a save state because the game is so hard you're really having to chisel your way through it, like a Dark Souls? Or is it easy enough where we can be a little more sparing with the saves because otherwise people are going to breeze through it, and there's not really much they can, you know, to kind of keep them around? I wonder if they do that, or if they set out and say, we're going to save the game this way, and then just hope to build the game around that, like make it hard enough to justify it. Open this door, you would... Oh wait, that's probably another hypno gadget thing. Oh no! Yeah, it is! That's the same as we have in the other world there, so yeah, we probably come back once we get the hypno gadget thingy. Tomb Raider was just crystals you would find periodically, like really far apart. Oh, okay. Yeah, older God of War games had specific save points, no autosave. Same with Prince of Persia. Yeah, I'm interested. I think I got the God of War for PS3. I think the collection. So I remember playing it once. I was living in Northern Virginia in this. So here's the thing. I don't know if y'all know what stink bugs look like, but it was a white house, but the entire front of it was like a gray color. And it wasn't until you got really close that you realized the entire house was covered with these little stink bugs. So when I'm moving in, they're dropping off of the facade of the house and the top of everything and falling like onto my shirt, my clothes and everything. So I had to kill like 50,000 of the damn things once I got inside and everything moved in. It was a rough... The floor actually bowed in. So like I could touch the ceiling when I walked into the room. In the middle of the room, I was like a foot away. That's where I was living, just so you know. But I had a housemate who had a room across the hall from me, and he had God of War and a PlayStation 2. And that's where I first saw it, and I got to play a little bit of it. But he was an interesting fellow. He was nice. He's very, very nice. Quite filthy. The bathroom was quite filthy. Like, it's ironic when you feel like you need a shower after getting out of the shower just because everything is so gosh darn disgusting. And you clean it, and then it's messy again because... I don't know. It was a mess. Anyway, that's my God of War story. Return to surface? I didn't do anything. I didn't get anything. I didn't accomplish anything. Why am I returning to the surface? No, I'm supposed to get a gadget or something, aren't I? What have I accomplished here today? This isn't right. Did you just shoot me? Interesting. I don't think I can use my tractor beam on that. I guess we'll see. I mean, it's got a little thing on it that looks like a hypno thing. Oh yeah, Crash was hard. Oh wait. The original Crash Bandicoot save system was crazy. You could only save the game if you managed to collect a gem or complete a bonus level. Oh wow. Ooh, that sounds a little too demanding. And Crash apparently was not. I never played it, but apparently Crash was not an easy game. It wasn't like a Mario game where like, okay, yeah, you're not expected to screw up. Apparently, the difficulty level was pretty high. Oh, the levels were only 3 to 5 minutes. Oh, okay. Well, maybe that's a little better. Love to see me play God of War. Well, we can put that on the docket for sure. Because like I said, I haven't played it. That's kind of what I was hoping Castlevania would be. Castlevania's turned out to be a little more complicated. I still want to get back to playing it because I did enjoy it. It was just much more grindy than I thought it was going to be. Which, short-term me, not happy. Long-term me, probably a better game. The game's better for it when it demands more of you at the beginning. It's more rewarding when you master it and you're just kicking butt because you're pushing buttons like a madman. But I think God of War is a little more direct. Yeah, if you knew what you were doing, if J-Dog tried PS1 Crash, I'd bet $50 at least 5 game overs before level 4. Wow. Well, thank you. Wait. Yeah. Well, burn them all, but burn them all away from me, because apparently if you squish them or burn them or do whatever to them, they just stink. You gotta be very careful about where you burn or squish a stink bug, because as their name implies, they stink. You call them suck bugs. All right, I don't see any distinct objective here. Let me see. Trade moonstones, explore the caves. I guess I just get, I gotta, well, let's just go through this. Ares, is it Ares? I was like, Ares? Ares? I was like, oh wait, Ares. Ares! Portal 2? Or Portal also, I guess. I do have Portal. I have the orange box, so I guess that has the original Portal. I heard it didn't run all that great on there, though. But I do have Portal 2 that I am curious about. I've had many people recommend it. Armor vendor? Oh, right. The $1 million. Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, no, that is too cool. Oh, no. Why did they show that to me? That is the coolest. I mean, he's got the Knight Rider visor. Like that is cool. Oh no. Oh, I want that so badly. Like, I guarantee you, if I wear that and I confront the bad guy, he's just going to give up. Because I look like a genuine bona fide badass. Yes, I do have a little ball in my tail and my hands are still comically overscaled to the rest of my body, but damn, that is sexy. Holy cow. Like right now, my mind is trying to compute how in the world I could possibly get 900,000 more bolts to make this a reality. Wow. Carbonics or Carbonox or Carbonics, I don't know. It's gorgeous. Like, I could look at it for hours. I might even do that. Next session, we're just going to look at the Carbonox armor and just be like, and just wish we could. Also, Dandy, I don't appreciate your, well, to quote Darth Vader, I find your lack of faith disturbing. 5 game overs before level 4. Unfortunately, neither one of us has that kind of money, so unfortunately the bet's not gonna That's not. But I appreciate your assertiveness. At a time of financial instability, you'd be willing to bet 1 month of quality Wi-Fi on my piss poor gaming abilities. Hey, that wasn't a diss to you. I'm just saying newcomers to PS1 Crash are in for a rough time. Oh man, 1 million. No. And it would be 1 million because I still need another 30,000 just to get the last weapon I need. Oh man. Why do they have to make it look so dang cool? Like if it was still just the little visor thing and everything, I would be like, nah. But that is just too freaking awesome. Ah. Oh man. Oh man. Oh. It's a hard game. I'd probably die that many times too. Truly, I might too, and I've played the absolute crap out of those games. Well, see now I kind of want to play Crash Bandicoot, but I don't think I own a Crash Bandicoot game. That was pure PS1, right? Oh, the final armor in every Ratchet. Like I would almost just not buy anything, and just save up 1 million so I could get that. Like not even waste. Like why did I spend all that money on this piece of garbage? Look at this thing. Look at this thing. I don't even have proper pauldrons. I mean they're okay, but look at my face. Look at my boots. Look at my pants. Like nobody's scared of this. Ah, 1 million bolts. If you can make it through the bridge level without dying, you're a god. Well, now I don't want to do it because I don't want you to deify me, Skull. But I'm sure I could ace it, but I don't want to become a false god to you. No, I got to keep pointing to Jesus, you know. But is the bridge thing in this game? Are you talking? Is that a Crash Bandicoot thing? If it's a Crash Bandicoot thing, I might be willing to show you what I'm truly capable of. But now that you've put some cosmetic weight behind it, I'm not, or not cosmic, not cosmetic. Now I don't understand. I'm supposed to do things, but I did the things. Oh, now okay, but okay. So maybe it extended the bridge, is what you were saying. No, I'm out of the good stuff. These turrets are the freaking best. Oh, look, he tried to be... Okay, so I'm gonna do the math. How long do I have to farm to get 1 million bolts? Can't be more than like 4 years, right? Like if I put my mind to it and I don't do anything else and I make sure I don't get a job, I'm guessing I could probably do it within a few years. Would it be worth it? Absolutely. Cost to benefit ratio skews heavily in favor of that awesome armor. Oh my gosh. Like they knew what they were doing. They knew damn well what they were doing. They know that Ratchet kind of looks a little comical. He's a little goofy in his current ensemble. They knew how to make a good outfit. They just put it behind $1 million paywall. For shame, guys. For shame. That's all I'm going to say. Bro, don't even get me started on the bridge levels. Wait, what are we talking about? Hang on. What are we talking about? What game? Are you talking about the Ratchet or the Crash game? I'm guessing. To quote my friend Vincent, nah, I'd win. Oh, it's like they're sticking their tongues out and then the tongue got frozen. Uh-oh. Oh, crap. Now my tongue is stuck in the snow. How do I get it out? I certainly hope that little guy doesn't... Oh, no, he's going to climb up my tongue. Ow, 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 ow. More balls. Oh, no. Oh, why didn't I should have gotten more ammo. Because, you know, I don't have any. Yeah, die in a fart. So there's a remake? Embryo. Embryo, I get it. For the bonus levels? Honestly, the remakes are much more forgiving. What platforms are the remakes available for? Obviously, I can look that up, but I mean, if it's on a system I have, there's a possibility. There's a possibility. Especially with all this talk. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to secretly get it and beat it so that when I play the bridge level, I ace it and you guys are like, oh no, it's impossible. He's amazing. Oh my gosh. Truly, the supernatural has come to our being, our plane of existence. I mean, really, I don't have to fight these guys. I can just take my little blue ball and... Alright, I don't remember how many I need. It's more than what I have, but I don't remember. Oh, final shot. Final shot, make it count. Okay, kinda counted. Kinda, sorta. What are you doing, you big lummox? Yeah. Yeah, nanotech! Oh, I love me some nanotech. The bonus levels isn't in the original either. That's what I meant. Oh, okay. Why wouldn't they? Oh, it isn't in the original. Oh, okay. New generation and PC. Oh, man. Well, I mean, I guess PC, probably. That sucks. Well, I wonder, can I play PS1 on PS2? Because if I can, then I like... If I can, I would like to get... I'd like to have the disc. Or the media. I could. We'll see. I'm not there yet. But it'll be interesting. I'm getting wrecked. Just a good thing I've got my tractor beam. Why didn't it shoot at him? There you go. All right, These were very useful before, but they are not very effective here. Alright, we got one. That's good. Did we get the other one? I guess we got the other one too. Alright. Hey, Baldric, what's going on? Oh, there he is. So many cogs and bolts, there's no way you'll spend it all. Baldric, you missed it. Hello, by the way, but you missed it. The armor that I now want, that I must have, I could spend 1,000,000 bolts. In fact, that's how much it costs, and I would totally do it. I totally would. In fact, I'm in a quandary right now where I'm like, you know what? If I just play this game for another 8 hours, I could probably farm enough to afford it. That's how badly I want that armor. You missed it, Baldric, but I'll show it to you. If we go past it again, I'll show you how awesome the armor is, how awesome I will look. And it is both glorious and depressing that I'm not that beautiful now. Like, this thing would wilt and just die if I showed up with that armor. It would be like, I don't have a chance against this badass. He's way too cool for me. I look like a doofus compared to this guy. He's cool. True story. Well, good. Oh, I still have some of these. Nice. Yeah. Get ready to bounce. See, I'm actually not, like, I'm about to die, but I don't mind because I'm going to grab these crystals and hopefully that's going to be enough and I'm just going to go back to, they'll kill me and I'll go back to the beginning of the level. And I can either get more ammunition and come back, or move on once I get the hype. No! There's my death. Ice, ice, baby. Did I upgrade the hot shower gun? Which one is that, Baldric? Oh, whoa, is he here? Is he here? Oh, no, it's over there. Wait, it is. It's over there. Oh, yeah, look at this. Look at this. Here we go. Behold. Oh, there it is. Oh. Look at that. That could be me, Baldric. That could be me. Look at him. Just behold the majesty. Oh. Oh. Instruments of destruction. One zero. That's all I need. One more zero. Just one more zero. A little zero. That little thing. If I had that up there on the far left, on the far right side, one little zero. Or actually, anywhere between the 1, anything right of the 9, the 1, anything right of the 1. A little zero, and I would be able to have this. Oh. You don't know that, Skull. Don't say that. Don't say that. No, the ice would say I'm too badass for it. That's canon. I guarantee you it couldn't kill me because I'd be too cool. But I don't know about the hot shower gun, Baldric, but I have upgraded just about everything. So effectively, yes. Yes, I have. All right, I think I can rob that hippie now. Hippie man, can you give me a discount on that sweet, sweet armor, please? Oh, sweet. So I got 16, so I have some left over.
Hello? We've got more moonstones.
Oh, look at how dorky I look with that.
You have
Oh.
not.
What?
Existence is a lie. Sensations are illusions. Possessions are merely visions.
All right, I've got an illusion of some moonstones. I'll trade it for a vision of that hypnomatic part.
You have learned much, young one.
Now take it and run.
Bring me more moonstones, and riches shall be your reward.
Oh, please give me 1,000,000. 9,000? We could almost buy our own ship for that. So wait, 73,000. How much did I trade mine in for? It doesn't say. I think I had 3. So they're worth 3,000 each, maybe. And there's 73 of them. So split that in half. Let's say 40 times 3 is 120. 250-ish? 250,000 bolts for getting all of those. That doesn't get me to my 1,000,000. By my calculation, that gets me about a quarter of the way there. Macro! Holy cow! Good to see you, man. Wow, it has been a while. Last time I talked to you, you were only 18. Now you're 19? Yeah, congratulations. Everybody has their birthday, man. Half my family had their birthday this month. Congratulations. Congratulations on 19 years, on your 19th trip around the sun. Fantastic. Did you have a party? Did you have a celebration? Was it low key? Good to see you, man. I'm glad to hear from you. It's been a while. Is it worth that much? Is it worth it that much? Skullcrusher to look that cool? Look, man, look at me now. Look at me now. Who would take this seriously? And think about my lady friend. Angela is her name, I think. Do you think she's going to want to be with a dude like this? Or is she going to want to be with freaking Darth Vader Knight Rider Ratchet? I guarantee you, if I get that armor, she will come back in every installment of the game. She'll be in Ratchet and Clank 3, 4, 5, and 6. Guarantee you, if I do that. The reason she's not is because she looks at that and goes, "You a scrub." That's what she says. Exactly what she says. And she's not wrong. Look at me. I look like a dork. Would he be shivering if he was badass Darth Kit Vader? No. Does he actually get warmer here? That'd be pretty dope. Like if he doesn't start shivering? No. I mean, I give him credit for that, but I mean, come on, I'm practically on fire right now. Boo. Boo. This is so unrealistic. It's breaking my immersion. Boo. Alright, well, let's... I guess I should help out a little, huh? Alright, that should go through him. I think it did. Laid him out! Alright, well, we got our hyperdetonator thing. You don't look a day older than 18, right? Exactly. Yeah, I mean, your name looks the same. I don't understand. What do you mean you're older? Looks like the hippies can't get past, or the Yetis can't get past the circle around the hippie guy. I know I don't really celebrate, not yet at least. We may soon go to a restaurant to do so. Oh, so wait, it's today? I thought maybe it happened in the past week. Is today your birthday? But dude, yeah, happy birthday, man. Nope, that's fantastic. Oops. And yeah, head out to a restaurant. What's the? Oh, never mind. Does anything special happen in 19? Because I know like here, like 18 is the. I think that's the smoking. Maybe they bumped up to 20. What can you do at 18? Well, 16 is driver's license. 18, you're technically considered an adult. You can sign up for the military. You can move out if you want to. But yeah, I think everything else happened. Like drinking is 21. I think smoking is 20. You can't rent a car until you're 25, technically. It's weird. That's just the animation, so no matter what... Skull! Skull! I was kidding, my friend. I was kidding. I know it wouldn't matter. I mean, it would be cool if it did, but I would not expect the animation to change. I'm grossly exaggerating how cool the suit is, but it's cool looking. So therefore, it's a conscious, not fallacy. I mean, it would be if I believed it, but I'm purposefully endowing it with hypothetical, hyperbolic, cool things to justify the idea that I would actually spend 1 million bolts on it. That's really it. Because really, I'm sure it's functional. I'm sure there is something to it that I'm sure I do take a great reduction in damage, but is it worth 1 million bolts? Not really. It's purely cosmetic. At least that's my allure. That's what attracts me to it. %90 reduction? 90%? What am I at now? So that just blew my theory out the window. Now it's function and form. See, that's the thing, folks. True function is beautiful, which naturally gives function beautiful form. You have to malign function in order to get poor form. So that suit is a perfect example of it. 90% damage reduction is wonderful functionality, and it translates as absolutely beautiful form. That's just the way the world works. I always wanted the statue of Ratchet with Carbonix armor, but I'm not a millionaire. Are you talking about the visual, or is there like a little figurine? What is it called? Carbonix armor statue? Oh, there is one. There's no way that's $1 million, though. It looks cool. Well, it's sold out, I think. Yeah, I don't see a price on it. Ultra rare, mint in box. Well, yeah, if they're saying ultra rare, you know they're going to charge a crap ton for it. It's cool. It is cool. But the version I'm seeing here is a little more gray than black. Yeah, I don't know if I could. It's one of those things if I had the money, I guess. But 90% damage reduction, damn. I stopped after 20th. Yeah, me too. Well, I did 21, but like I never was keen on drinking personally, so it wasn't like, yeah, I get to drink. It was just kind of like now I'm old enough to drink. That was kind of like the last frontier until getting old. Like before getting old just kind of sucked. Before it was like, hey, cool, I can drive, I can do this, I can do that. My freedoms, they open up to me. And that was the last really big one, other than being able to rent a car. And then after that, it's all just, nope, things just stop working the way they used to. Energy level goes down, all that kind of stuff. Is there no No vehicle I can take. No shortcut I can take. Oh, there we go. My chariot awaits. Just skull. Just dodge and you don't need defense. I'm trying to save you 1 million bolts. Nah, man, I can't do it. I can't spend... Like, I could farm for 200,000, maybe 250. Like, we could push it to that point, but I can't justify the time it takes to do 1 million.
Use it wisely.
Do not even think about it.
Oh, I'm
To
thinking
use the
about it.
Hypnomatic, target a receiver bot and press circle to take control of the robot.
Don't tell me what to do, but I'll do it anyway. Dang. Hear that machine gun sound effects? That brrrr, brrrr. This guy's wicked. Oh, and he can jump too? His little ball lets him jump? Oops. I guess I gotta survive, huh? Obey my dog! Why is he not listening to me? Okay, there we go. Like RoboCop over here. Oh, it's a time thing. It's a timed. It's not actually me taking damage. I just don't have enough time. What am I supposed to do? What happened? Did I do a thing? What? Why did that happen? I guess it was just a demonstration. $21 now for cigarettes, same as alcohol. Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it used to be 18. That's interesting. If I didn't say that before. My birthday is not the 17th of August, I'll tell you that much. It happened a few weeks ago and my sleep schedule is grossly displaced, so that's why I never had a proper celebration yet. Oh, okay, okay. Alright, so my intuition was correct, but the reasoning was still unknown to me. I mean, I knew you were having some irregular sleep time. I just didn't know that was still going on. In my age, the best part of a birthday for me is when people forget about it. Yeah, I kind of forgot about mine. I was like, I woke up and like I got a text from my friend. He's like, "Hey, happy birthday, man." I'm like, "What? Oh crap! Yeah, it is my birthday. Okay, dope, cool. Yeah, thanks, man. Woo." He doesn't like strafing, so he can't. I do, don't you? No, I do like strafing. I strafe all the time. I'm a strafing man, strafing maniac. I strafe like it's my job. Strafing is half the game. Tell him, Baldric. Yeah, we old guys got to stick together. They don't know. They don't know how to play this game. You who have never played it and me who is just now playing it, we know better. Real players take the bolt to the face. Exactly. Exactly. There's no other way to. There's no other way to. No other way to play. You gotta just take a bolt to the face. Ah, it's 150. Dang it. Alright, now we gotta go back to the mine, I believe. That's enter factory. I think this is the one we want. I think Angela's in here, isn't she? Angela. Oh no, it's not Angela. Oh, it's the beautiful eyebrow. Look at that. Oh, so pretty. Okay. All right, look. Oh, I'm strafing. I'm strafing like a man. See? Strafing doesn't help. Strafing is stupid. Only stupid people strafe. What's going on? No, I didn't want to go back in there. Stop it! I'm trying to switch my weapons and it keeps triggering the damn elevator. Alright, so there's supposed to be a little guy around here somewhere. Off to the side. Yeah, I think he's in here. Oh, look at that. You see me strafing? You see me strafing? I strafe like a champ. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and...
This receiver bot has a blaster attack. Press circle to shoot enemies. To exit the robot, press triangle.
Oh. Wait, what? Really not seeing how that was helpful. What are we even doing here, guys? Why is the area not... Okay. I mean, is she in the little cart? Like, why? I don't understand why we even went in here. Like, what was the point of entering here? We trigger this thing. Oh, there's a platinum bolt right there. Oh, is this? Oh, we weren't in here. Wait, what? Can we go up here? We cannot. Can we go up here? Yes, we can. Ah, platinum bolt! Woohoo! Let's see. Relatively rich. Dang, okay. I'm sorry to hear that about the joints near you, but glad money isn't really an issue. It's nice to have one less thing to worry about. Exactly. Where I used to live, that's a buffet, and it's usually like $30 per person, but if you show them your license for your birthday, you can eat free on that day. Nice! That's pretty cool. That is really cool. Now use it unwisely. Oh, I'm going to use it unwisely. I'm going to abuse the crap out of it. As I do with all my weapons. There's a timer at the top. You only have 30 seconds. The timer is shortened if it takes damage. You have to step on a button, and you did. Sorry, that's why I'm trying to catch up on chat now, because just in case I'm getting some advice or discourse, I don't want to miss it. Nice, Baldrick. That's a great strategy. I will get my friend who remembered my birthday drunk so that hopefully next year he will not remember it. Well, they probably have it locked into Google Calendar or some cheap way to keep track of it so they get little notifications. Okay, hang on. There must be another bot somewhere because that did effectively nothing. It's just a big empty room. I'm not even on Wi-Fi, so I'm blaming YouTube. It could very well be YouTube, yeah. I mean, I would hope not, but yeah. I mean, there's nothing on my end that I'm seeing, so I do think it's yeah. And YouTube did that before. I've had issues before, so it might be revisiting some of those friendly issues. I'm still a smoker. Apple mint and grape currently. Wait a minute. Apple mint and grape, that's not a smoker, that's a vapor. You're a vapor. Cigarettes taste like nicotine and tar. Not apple mint and grape. I don't use cigarettes, but God, do I wish I could smoke. Really, Dandy? Now you said you don't use them. Is it a financial thing? Because I know the taxes on those things went up quite a bit at some point. Like smoking used to be, it seemed like 1 out of like 5 or 1 out of 10 people smoked at the very least. And if you were in like food service, it went up tremendously. And now it's like really rare to find somebody who's like, I find people who will have a cigarette once in a while, but like to find somebody who's actively a smoker, it's very rare. Vaping, I have a few friends that do that. New job, drug test, and now I live in a state where it's illegal for some... Wait. In Tennessee, it's illegal to smoke a cigarette? Really? My descending was short-lived. I gotta bounce. Maybe see you if the stream's still up. Actually, I'll probably be asleep. Toodles. All right, Macro. Thanks for stopping by. Good to see you. Glad to know you're doing well. Happy birthday once again. Enjoy the heck out of your... gorging, if you will. Enjoy that food. Make it last. Take your time. Go to the bathroom a few times. Talk a lot. You just got to be very strategic about it. Don't go too heavy on the carbs. Stock up on the protein, meats, that kind of thing. Give it about 5 or 6 hours. Yeah, 2 trips to the bathroom. That should empty the tank enough for you to enjoy it some more. Sam, I'm not a bad person, but technically I'd be considered a criminal, and that doesn't sit right with me when 70-year-old John Doe can get away with being day drunk at work, but considered a pillar of the community. Oh, not cigarettes. Okay. So to be fair, I mean, maybe it's a generational thing, but if I hear somebody that wants to smoke, usually that's a cigarette. But you're saying, okay, so Tennessee. I mean, yeah, it's illegal here in Texas too. But yeah, the funny thing is, I had a friend. So I don't like the smell of pot. I don't like the smell. It has nothing. It could be the most healthy thing in the world. It smells like skunk to me, which may be unique, or maybe it smells like that to others, but they don't mind it. Either way, that's one of my big things. And I don't like smoking in general. I tried smoking cigarettes. I can't do it very well. But my friend who's in California, who I'm going to go see, said, hey man, I do have gummies that I use to help me fall asleep or whatever. Would you be down with trying one? And at first I was like, oh yeah, sure, man. It's legal there, yada yada, but it is technically illegal here. And me being in the process of a job search where drug testing is very, very likely, I was like, nah, dude, I can't. Like, I don't have a problem with it morally. I think pretty much anything natural in moderation. Like, I don't think, just like alcohol. You can drink alcohol in moderation, get a little bit of a buzz, or you can abuse the heck out of it, destroy your liver, and wreck your life. Same thing with pot. You can take it to the point where you start killing brain cells and everything, but you have to abuse it. If you just do it in moderation, enjoy it here and there, nothing wrong with it. But if it is illegal, or the company's going to consider that a knock on your on a drug test, well, then I mean you kind of got to work with the situation you got. Is it legal in Virginia yet? I'm just wondering if you ended up moving from a state that was okay with it to one that wasn't. I figured Virginia would still be a holdout, but it's I would not be surprised if Virginia was okay with it. I don't think there are many states actually where it's illegal anymore. But yeah, I know it's still illegal here. And it's obviously not illegal in California or Colorado. Colorado, I think, was the first, one of the first, if not the first, to accept it with arms wide open. Oh, there's enemies here, but that doesn't mean anything because... Strafe! Strafe! Hang on, I've been here before, haven't I? Yeah, I've been here before. There's one area where there's... Arrgh. Well, I will be wrapping this up pretty soon because because there are other things that I'm trying to get done in the day nowadays. So I told myself 3 hours, but we're now at 3:15. So we'll run it out at 3.5 hours. Because obviously I'm going to have to wander around for a while before I figure out why the crap they bothered to give me access to this room when there's absolutely nothing to do. I'm trying the Zelda thing, just trying to blow holes in the wall, but like that's just dumb. They did that. That's what they did with the other one. They give you access to a room, but there's nothing to do in it. And I'm guessing this is just artifacts of PlayStation 3 artifacts. There's nothing in like actually valuable there. That's weird. Problem is, when you look at the map, I hate when games do this. Like, don't be obtuse. There's no reason to be obtuse. Like, you're not, this is not a puzzle game. Like, just... Let's see. I'm not talking about smoking tobacco. Giggle grass. It is legal. That's what I thought. Yeah, but I was in NC. Oh, that's right. That's right. Before that was Arizona and PA where it was legal. That's why that's where it really draws that distinction when people try to conflate what's legal versus what's moral or right. Like, I don't think anything hits it harder than like pot or marijuana, because it's like, you can't tell me that it's morally okay or morally wrong and bad and blah, blah, blah here, but over here it's totally fine. You can say it's illegal. That's a law thing. That has nothing to do with morality or whether it's good or bad. Absolutely none of that. It's simply legislation. And that applies to just about everything. Just because it's legal doesn't mean it's okay. Morally, it means you can get away with it via the law, but it doesn't mean it's okay, and vice versa. Just because it's illegal or illegal doesn't mean it's actually morally wrong. Maybe we'll call it here. Maybe I've hit my limit at this point in terms of just I start getting more distracted and a little more aggravated at delays like this. Because really, I mean, okay, you showed me that I needed to use the hypno thing, and then it does nothing. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, I think I'll call it. I heard about the recent law change in Texas and think it's hilarious and insane because the big alcohol companies donating money to fund political campaigns and fight back against THC. Since more people are switching over and big alcohol is losing money. Go back to your ship. Go back by your ship. All right, yeah, Danny, I'll do that. I'll do that next time because that doesn't like they gave me the Hypnobot. They made it seem like that was necessary for progress, and it didn't do anything. Like no functionality. So yeah, we'll have to continue this on Wednesday. Tomorrow's back to RE5 for a little bit. And then hopefully maybe we'll finish it on Wednesday. But yeah, that kind of missed me because I mean, how am I supposed like what's changed? And we'll go back to the ship just because that's where we have to go anyway. But like I don't like the misdirection. I don't like it because it makes it seem like you need that to progress, and yet you don't. I'm trying to see if there's anything obvious that I would see without having to know anything. Nah. Yeah, I don't know. This is why I like side-scrolling platformers. Because you don't have any of this stuff where you're like, yeah, yeah. Well, we're good. We're good. We'll save here. Wait. Save slot 2. 5. It's still good progress. Not great progress. Probably not the like the densest of progress that we've had. But it's not bad. Pathway near the ship. But you understand the problem though, right? You tell me I need this Hypnot thing. What have we learned to this point? We get a new device, it unlocks an area that we then go through and we progress. So the problem is it's a red herring. So I would be spending an inordinate amount of time exploring that area, trying to figure out how and why the hypnosis thing was actually used, because the precedent set by the game is new item, new access to area. So I would not be thinking I need to go back to a place at the beginning where, you see what I'm saying? Like, so I would spend a lot of time there. I'd eventually give up, and then maybe I would luck upon it, or somebody would tell me, or I'd find a walkthrough. But like, I don't see a path at this point. I'm not saying it's not, obviously it's there, but like, it's not like, oh, I come out and yeah, okay, there's a path that wasn't here before. Like, I don't see any, oh, can we, oh, we're gonna level these guys up, maybe. Like a doorway you walk right past? I'm just trying to see if I can find this. No, we've been in here already. Right? We've been in there? Because you had the mine, then you had the... I don't know. That's fine. It's fine. We'll figure it out. I mean, obviously there is a way forward. It's close by. We'll sort it out. No worries. You should definitely be able to beat the game next stream. Just got to get through this last little bit, and then one more level and final boss. Nice. Okay. Yeah. We'll and I'll. You know what? Next time for the next one, I will just make sure that like we're gonna beat it next session, no matter what. From your ship, it's a doorway to the left. From my ship, so out of my ship, doorway to my left. This one? Is this different? Okay, yeah, this is different. Okay. What the heck? Why are we? Why? It's you see. Oh boy. Ah, why game? Why? Just let me just move through the game. Why do we have to do this? Why do we have to do this? Ah. See, that's why I think I would like the instrument of destruction or whatever it's called, because the puzzles and stuff are like my least favorite part of the game. Like, I don't mind platforming, but I don't like stuff like this where it's like, okay, I gotta do some whatever thing. No, or at least you didn't finish it. I guess. Well, obviously I didn't get this far because I can't. See? And this is where I would get tangled up and I'd be like, okay, apparently there's another pair of boots or another jetpack or something I need to get because I clearly have no way across. Out here channeling you Bill Cosby. Because, you see, that's why, because a jello pudding and such. Like, there's no grapple. Dude, you used the hypnotic thing you needed to get through this section. I feel you, Ratchet. Look at Ratchet. This is me right now. No, stop it. No, I'm not cold. Stop it. Stop it. Just look bummed out, Ratchet. Go back to looking bummed. There you go. He's like, the best armor in the world is 1,000,000 credits. I'm never going to be able to get that. Dang it. Now I've got this ridiculous thing. It took me 5 hours to figure out that I'm supposed to be here. Now I got to use some janky nonsense that didn't help me before. That's what happens when I go beyond my limit. All right, cool. We've I'd say we figured it out. Thank you, Dandy. Appreciate that. But yeah, so we will definitely beat it next time. Definitely. I will not rest until we beat it. But for the now, it is 3 in the afternoon, and I've got to get to some writing and some editing and some eating. But it has been a good time. So yeah, Wednesday will be the last streaming day until next Tuesday, I believe. Take care, Jesse. Isaac. Thanks, Baldrick. You as well? It's cool. At least now you know what to do for next time. No worries. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, I was just trying to make sure I get the landscape so that I wasn't left going, oh my gosh, when I start the game again, I'm not going to know what I'm doing. So yeah. So Dandy, Baldrick, and Skull. I haven't heard from you in a bit, but if you're still around, maybe we'll see you tomorrow with RE5. If not, catch on the next Ratchet and Clank perhaps on Wednesday. And then then we've got Resistance 2 or God of War. I would be okay with either one of those cuz they're both of them are different than what we've been playing. So, you can let me know what you'd rather see. Resistance 2 God of War. It's definitely going to have you use a hypnotic some more, so just be prepared. Yeah. I just don't like every other point up to there, the new device gained you access to some area. And instead, both the times we used it, it was in an enclosed area that didn't do anything. So naturally, your impulse would be, okay, I must not have figured there must be some secret thing here. Maybe Angela's hiding in a crevasse somewhere. I'm not thinking this was incidental. I got to put my awesome Transformer, more than meets the eye, back on the shelf now. Mentioned Power Rangers again. I'll show you something. All right. Well, cool. Well, Dandy, thank you very much for the help. I greatly appreciate it. You kind of stopped me from stumbling here at the last few stages. You'd be okay with either as well? Okay. All right. Well, we'll have a chance because Resident Evil 5 tomorrow. Ratchet and Clank will wrap this game up on Wednesday. So yeah, we can just think about it over the break. And then just see where we land with it. What feels right. Because yeah, I'm kind of thinking I might like to do that. Because I have been wanting to play Castlevania again. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. God of War or Resistance. But anyway, yeah, and if you want to, I don't know. Again, probably not this week, but maybe starting next week if you've got the time. We could try a little Borderlanding or something. PC style. Whether we revisit the what was it called? The pre-sequel, or maybe Borderlands 1, or you feel free to do that by yourself. I was just throwing that out there. Anyway, I'm going to run, but it's been great. It's been fun, and I will talk to you soon.